go.
Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't get scared now. I'ma destroy you on a Forza, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down. Cut the fix up with some Xbox babies, put the switch up. See me gearing up for war, don't get it mixed up. I come in peace, kid. I'm bringing commentary and the new releases. I put them hours in to get prepared now. We play on expert level, don't be scared now. I'ma destroy you on a Forza, I can tear down. If you ain't tuned into the channel, keep your head down.
Family, welcome to The Fix. You're here with us tonight. I want to thank you all for coming by. I see everybody in the chat. What's up, Spider? What's up, E-Ranks? What's up, Newscast? What's up, Soil Take, my brother? What's up, Nero? What's up, Great Monad Armad? Thank you, brother, for being here. And anyone else who may come late or is lurking, hello to you as well. Hit the like button if you all could. Danny is a bit behind. That's why we had delayed a bit for him, but 15 after, I was like, we got to go. So, yes, I threw him under the bus. So, we got a good amount of things to talk about tonight. Some pretty good things. Obviously, we have the, as I call it, the magic of Dlss 5. It's magical, right, Crusader?
I mean, if the magic is a curse.
And of course we'll be talking about, you know, the Spider-Man trailer, Brand New Day. We'll be talking about a small deep dive into it. We'll have to move along quickly, obviously, because otherwise we will be doing this for like 3 or 4 hours. So,
as if that's any different for us.
Yeah. Wait a minute, is this thing also showing the intro again? Wait a minute. Let me make sure that's not the case.
I am seeing some kind of sparkly crystal.
Okay.
I actually have no idea what this is. What game is this?
This is Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Okay.
Chat, I just want to make sure that you all are seeing what I'm hoping you all are seeing. Are you all seeing the gameplay of Monster Hunter Stories 3? Because YouTube, it seems to be acting weird.
So yeah, I'm seeing the intro of a game, and I think it's like the directors and stuff for the game. So I think it's playing it because I have it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they see it. It was so weird because when I switched back to YouTube, it was showing the intro for our show. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? What's up, Zach Riley? Thank you, Yankee, by the way, Yankees. Yeah, so we'll be talking about Brand New Day's trailer. We'll be talking about Dlss 5 and all the thoughts around it, even the controversy with Digital Foundry, and the ridiculous and unfortunate death threats even that came toward them for that. We'll be talking about Starfield and its update and its DLC, as well as it coming to PlayStation 5, the long unkept secret that was like so obvious. I don't know why some people started making a thing about it again. And it was one other big part of the news I said I was going to, or at least I highlighted for us to discuss it, which was Crimson Desert. Review scores are in for that as well, and they aren't as high as I think many of us thought, and especially myself. I thought it was going to hit the 90s, or at least maybe I was hoping for that. But it is like an 80 something, I believe, on Open, and I believe maybe a 79 on Metacritic. So that's still a good to great game. I played about a good hour or so, and I'll speak on it in a minute once we get to that topic. But for now, let's dive in with the co-host, co-star, Crusader, my brother. What have you been up to, my man? What have you been watching, playing, etc.?
So I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot in the past bit because it is firewall patching season, and so I'm spending a lot of evenings updating firewalls. In fact, I was doing that up until about 35 minutes ago. So I've been doing a lot of work, but I have been watching a new show that is absolutely hysterical. And it's called The Rise and Fall of Reggie Dinkins. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I haven't heard of that. No, the rise and fall.
It
of
stars
you say
Tracy
Reggie
Morgan.
Jenkins? Oh,
Yeah,
I
The
think
Rise
I
and
may
Fall
have.
of Reggie Dinkins.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think I
and
may have seen a trailer for it or something. Maybe.
The main character is played by Tracy Morgan. He's a disgraced former football player who admitted live on television that he was betting on his own games. And
This is based off a true story, or?
no, this is complete it's just a comedy.
Okay.
It's a comedy. It's supposed to be a like sport. It's kind of like the Office in a way, where it's done in that like documentary style.
Oh, okay.
Like the mockumentary, if you will.
A lot of looking at the camera and dead at us.
And
fourth wall breaking.
So the whole point is they're supposed like he's trying to rebuild his public image a bit after all these years, after like because like his team lost the Super Bowl because he got kicked out of the NFL like the day before the Super Bowl because he admitted on live TV to betting on games because he would always bet on himself to win. And so there's also a disgraced documentary filmmaker who's played by Daniel Radcliffe.
So Harry Potter is in there with him?
Making this documentary about him. And the reason he's a disgraced documentary person was he made these like great documentary films, and he got offered to make a Marvel movie, as a like in this fake fantasy comedy universe, and he had a breakdown on set because he didn't understand how to do like all of the directing in front of just like the green screen.
Wait, so they have Harry Potter and Tracy Morgan in this?
Yes.
That's an interesting mix. All right.
It is really, really funny.
Okay. What channels does it come on?
It is on NBC.
NBC. Okay.
It is on NBC, and it started in January of this year. Only like 5 episodes are out. Actually, I think it might. I don't even know if it's 5. Yeah, 5 episodes are out right now.
Okay.
And I sat down and watched it, and I couldn't stop. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing.
Nice. Zach Riley in the chat is also watching. It's on Peacock, which is NBC's streaming channel. Yep. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, it's really, really funny. And like they have a lot of guest stars in it. Megan Thee Stallion's in it.
Oh yeah, I might have to tune in for real now.
She's in it for an episode.
Hey, I love me. Listen, I love me some Meg Thee Stallion. I'm gonna tell you.
Craig Robinson's in it. If you know who that is.
Oh yeah, from The Office. Yeah. Chi-Town, by the way.
Yeah, he's in the. People are always like he's in The Office. I always forget he was in The Office because my brain goes to Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I can see that.
I love the dumb bad comedy movies of that era.
He's
Hot
excellent.
Tub Time Machine's one of my favorites.
I agree. Also, too, Chicago. I have to shout that out. You know, he's from Chicago.
Oh yeah, and he's in isn't he? He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine too because he's the Pontiac Bandit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is excellent too, by the way.
But yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been watching that, and like I said, I've been doing a lot of work, and when I have some free time, I've been playing more of Pokemon Unbound. It's actually why I've been more active on social media this week, because when I'm sitting there updating firewalls and I'm waiting for updates to go, I'm bored and I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. You want to be the very best?
Yeah, and otherwise, I do want to be the very best. I love Pokemon. Otherwise, I did go kind of viral on Twitter this week. We'll talk about it more in the DLSS section,
man.
but like,
It was
this
easy.
is not my most
You know
liked
what?
tweet ever,
It
and
was-
I was almost at 40,000 likes. My
40,000?
phone exploded.
Wait a minute, you almost hit 40,000 likes for that?
Yes.
Sheesh.
It's like a 25 tweet thread of me explaining why I think why things look off and weird.
Oh wow.
Like the first one is just like a retweet of a meme, and it's a meme of making fun of this gentleman named DSP, who I learned is not a well-liked YouTuber, and like the meme was making fun of him, and I feel kind of bad.
Is that why you? Okay, that's what you said in the chat with the DSP.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the heck is this?
I learned who he was, and I I felt kind of bad because I thought I was retweeting an actual streamer who was making fun of who was set up an image to make fun of it.
Right.
And was because the image that I retweeted is basically what it was, and but it exploded, and people are like, I can't believe that I'm learning about or that this is making sense off of a meme making fun of DSP, and I had to look up who it was, and I was like, oh.
So
yeah,
you're telling me that your most liked tweet and viral tweet is of you shaming a man you didn't know.
Correct. Yeah, and I feel
Damn.
kind of bad about it. Because it's not just my most liked tweet. It's my most liked tweet by a magnitude.
Yeah.
By 10 times.
Yeah.
It's been really weird because now I'm in Twitter's algorithm and random things that I tweet are getting picked up and getting 500-600 likes.
Hey, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
But
gotta...
it's really weird.
You got to keep up with
and
momentum.
I kept adding to that through the day, and people, this is the most surreal part of that was people were this is actually thank you for explaining to me why. They're I thought this looked weird, and this all makes sense as to why I think it looks weird. Thank you. I had someone post a link to it under I love Gene Park. You know who Gene Park is at the Washington Post?
Shout out to Gene.
I love Gene. Gene's such a
all strength to him, by the way, in his fight against cancer. Yeah.
But someone because Gene also really didn't like it. But someone posted it. He was there's a great thread breaking down why you may not like it here, and I'm this is the most surreal shit on the planet because Gene is one of the people I look up to, and some random person who I've never seen before is posting this. What?
Well, see, you are a very intelligent guy. You know how to break this stuff down very well. Me, I'm very straight to the point. I don't like to go into well, then also I don't like to do that.
Yeah, sure.
So, but you are very good at that. So I can see why they can see it as very informational, for sure.
I get real annoyed when I see people one of the biggest ones that I ever did was I got annoyed that people were getting information wrong about the Oblivion remaster, about stuff about its leaks. That I spent 2 hours making a big thread breaking down the exact timeline of all the leaks and who said what, and what was accurate and what wasn't. Because people kept saying that well, this was the first place to leak this, or it first showed up in the FTC. I'm no. Shit like that. I get almost not, I won't say obsessive, but my brain gets an itch when I see stuff like that, and I have to be no.
You have to scratch it.
But I want people to truly understand what was said, and so I'll go into these big rambles that go on and on. It was actually why I became a podcaster in the first place. Tim Dog.
Shout out to Tim Dog.
Before it went off the deep end. I think he sold his account, actually. I don't think that's actually.
I was going to say, I don't think that's him, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sold the account.
I could have. I said that to someone. He's like, oh, that's him. I'm like, I don't think so.
The grammar's not the same.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And the way he, Tim would, quote tweet literally everyone under the sun anytime he was replying to them.
True.
So,
True.
It's not the same structure of the account was definitely sold.
Yeah.
But, I got annoyed because people were mistaking stuff with things that were reported by Jeff Grubb or Jez Corden or stuff with Xbox back in the day, back in 2020, 21, about different projects and stuff like that, and they were mixing details up and stuff like that, and I got annoyed. So I do it yearly now. I make a big mega thread of all of the stuff that's been leaked or rumored out of their organization for the year. But I did the first one, and Tim
have to have a new name for you.
Have this guy on the show, and then I kept being on the show.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a new name for you. It's gonna be the Archiver.
No, truly, yeah, probably the autist too.
Right. Yeah, man. This whole thing with the whole DLSS conversation, it blew up. I saw so many people's tweets from people's views on either side of it, and just as a heads up for those in the audience, I am pro DLSS 5, and Crusader and Crusader and Danny are anti. Well, I don't want to say anti. You're anti some of the usage.
I am anti a lot of it, not all of it. There's some things that I think actually do look good.
Yeah.
I will make that clear. And there's some things that I think could look good.
Yeah. This does look like Zelda. I agree, Newscast. It gives you that Breath of the Wild kind of view.
I thought it was a Tales of game on the screen for a little bit.
It kind of looks like Tales, too. I agree.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the RE engine, believe it or not.
Fun fact, do you know the RE engine does not stand for Resident Evil?
I found out, and that's stupid.
It's the Reach for the Moon engine.
Yeah, so stupid. Like, just name it something else. Because RE, we automatically go to Resident Evil. And that's where it debuted
Americans
anyway.
do.
Yeah.
Americans do. Remember, it's called Biohazard in Japan.
True.
Like, they actually didn't think about it.
Well, they did change it to Resident Evil, I think, in 8 in Japan, I think.
Yeah, but like when the RE engine came out, like that thought didn't really cross
They didn't cross their
Capcom's mind.
Yeah.
Because
for them, they were already Biohazard. I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to change it for 7 because that game was called Biohazard.
Why didn't you just say, like, well, I guess it doesn't roll off the tongue so easy with the RT Reach 4 or RFTM.
Yeah, whatever.
RFTM engine. Yeah.
They should have just called it the Capcom engine, like genuinely. Like there's no reason to be special with it.
Yeah, because even if the RE that it's already saying engine inside of it, it's like DC Comics.
I think
DC is the C is for comics in DC, so it's just
I
weird.
suspect it was the they wanted to go with the trend of their last one, which was called the MT framework.
I see. The one
So they wanted to go
the
with,
one
like,
that gave
2 letters.
Xbox so much trouble until they figured that out recently.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that it gave them trouble, it's that like they didn't have the pipeline set up to release games with MT framework because they weren't releasing them before.
I see.
So like when they were porting the remaining stuff that was like in that engine and they weren't really moving it to anything else, that there was trouble because they didn't, like, Capcom had never developed a pipeline to move that stuff to Xbox before. So it wasn't like they were having trouble. It's just that they didn't invest before to do it, and so like they didn't want to invest now to do it at the very end of the lifespan. But Xbox went in and helped move that along.
Yep. That was so odd just now. I don't know if it's OBS. I don't know what's going on, but
It's always OBS.
it's something weird
OBS
because it's showing like YouTube at the bottom part of the
It looks
video
right
playing.
on the. I'm watching the stream. It looks right on the stream.
Okay. Maybe it's just an OBS window that is looking weird like that, but yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be a strong discussion tonight.
Yeah.
As far as myself, I had been playing, obviously, Monster Hunter Stories 3 here. My character is Omari, the prince. It was so funny to see, because when you create your character, they let you see the younger version of him or her when you create them. And I'm creating him. You can see he has the locks going right here. He looks cool. I gave him no anime little X scar on his nose and everything. And then I see the younger version, and he has this like slick back, like bowl cut, and it's like that's not the texture of his hair. It just looked hilarious. And then that's his father on the screen there, and his mother. So I'm like, is he adopted now since I'm black in the game? Since it's funny to me, but I do like where the story is going. It's interesting take from me because oddly enough, I don't care for the regular Monster Hunter like series. It didn't really land with me. Maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance, and I love action games. I love Capcom, but it just didn't register for me. So this right here is actually landing. It's an RPG style, turn-based and things like that. A little different for me with the series and everything, but I'm liking it much more. It seems to have a really strong story, decent voice acting. I like the colorful palette. It's this nice little I want to say palette cleanser because it's big. It's a bigger game, but it feels like that when you play something as heavy as Resident Evil Requiem, which I came off of. So liking it. Also beat Planet of Lana 2 like last week. Really enjoyed it. I think part 1 was better, but I did enjoy part 2 as well. It was, I love to get and find these achievements and stuff, right? And there is an achievement for petting Mew, M-U-I, the little black little cat pet thing, alien or whatever, robot thing. And you have to pet him in every area you can, and as Lana. And when you do, you get the achievement called Perfect. And somehow I missed one. I had to go back I didn't have to, but because of the achievement hunter in me, I had to go back to every stage and repet him playing up to certain points. And just to make sure I got it, is the last achievement I needed. Well, the last two, because once you get that, you'll get another like 100 achievement for getting all achievements. And I finally found it, and I'm like, wow, it was so dumb. But decent game. If you all haven't played that, it's on Game Pass, obviously. I think it may have been Chapter 6, actually, Gray. It was either Chapter 6 or... Yeah, no, I think it was Chapter 6. I think you're right. It was Chapter 6. It was right at the beginning of the mine section. So that was Chapter 6. You're right. And I went to every stage literally before that and then finally did that and got it. I was like, you know what? Yeah. Yep, that's the one. The one in the sub. Yep, the mine. But good game. If you all haven't tried it. Actually, Game Pass has a lot of good stuff popping off for it. They got Disco Elysium going to it now.
Yeah. I will say that they have been investing pretty heavily this year post price increase to get a lot of high quality stuff in, both new releases and like back catalog kind of stuff.
I love it.
It's been quite impressive.
Yeah. They also had obviously Absalom is coming to the service. Actually, I posted. Let me see if I can find this.
Day one and play anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Now that was
like, of course it's late, but like it's coming to the Game Pass day one, and if you want to buy it, it's play anywhere. Like that's great.
That's a W, and I love Absalom. Let me see if I can find the tweet I have found to show the dates. It had shout out to Idle Sloth, my good brother Alan, who is working tirelessly to post these things all day. Where is it? We had a good amount of news now that I'm looking through the...
There's a lot of news this week.
Yeah.
But like I think we can get through a lot of it quickly. Yeah,
here it is. So this was actually posted by Wario64, though, to give him his fair credit. So we have Gabby's Dollhouse. That's released today. I have no interest in that. You have South of Midnight going to premium. The Altars, as I was telling you and Danny about last week, the Altars. I think you all would like that.
I know what the game is.
Yeah.
I just haven't played it. I know that it's supposed to be really good.
Got you. So the Altars went to premium today. Or actually, what's today? Today is the 18th, right? Or the 19th?
Yes, 19th.
Yeah. Okay,
19th, because it's 4. Oh yeah, I guess I did turn 30 this week.
Oh hey, happy belated! I didn't know your birthday came.
Yeah, 5th. I bore Ides of March.
Oh, okay. The Ides of March upon the. Yes, happy birthday, happy belated. You all wish Crusader a happy belated birthday.
It's like something else happened this week. I don't know what. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, the Altars dropped yesterday to premium. Disco Elysium is dropping today. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is on the 24th. Absalom is on the 25th. The Long Dark is on the 30th. Resident Evil 7, which we were just speaking about, is on the 31st. You got Barbie Horse Trails, Gray. There you go, Gray Monad. Barbie Horse Trails for you. That drops on April 2nd. Get on it. You got Clear Obscura 33. It's dropping the premium. And you got Final Fantasy, which you probably have already beaten this one. I believe this is 4. You were on 5, 4. Right?
I'm actually waiting to finish 5 until next month so I get the Game Pass credit.
Yep, there you go.
For the reward points.
Yeah, and then for PC, there's Nova Roma as well going to preview. So, like, they have been doing that. And that's one of the things I was saying is, like, if they're asking us to pay a premium price for these things, they're going to have to start dropping some heavy like games into this thing for me. First party alone won't do it. I'm going to need something else, especially since they've taken away games with gold. So, but that said, Danny is on his way into the house now. Traffic, I'm sure. We can, you know what? How about since he's jumping in? How about we go to the brand new day trailer? How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let me pull
brand
that
new
up.
day, and we can talk about like very quickly the 2 other trailers that came out. That Disney dropped 3 awesome trailers for stuff this week.
What else did they drop this week?
So they dropped like a first little like teaser look for Daredevil season 2.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Yep.
And it comes out in a week. It comes out next Tuesday. 2 episodes. I'm stoked for that. I love. So like I'm a Marvel head.
Yeah.
I haven't been the movies haven't been getting me lately, but man was the first season of Daredevil good, and man am I gonna be seated week to week for Daredevil season 2.
Indeed, I'm with you.
And then the other good one was the whatchamacallit, the Darth Maul animated show.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, if you haven't seen that, that trailer is sick.
I actually haven't watched the trailer for it yet, but I knew it was coming though.
It's sick.
Yeah, like Disney is they're trying to get that mind share back, I think. So,
Yeah.
Here's the trailer. Let me do you think I should mute it?
Yes.
Yeah, let me mute it because they'll
100%.
get us.
I don't know what the music is, but you should 100% mute it because I think that music is licensed.
Yeah. So here we are with Peter doing his best miles from what do you call it, the Spider-Verse rendition of being upside down like this and on the top of a building. Yeah. Well, he's sitting there contemplating, looking depressed as the Peter we all know and love is. And he's looking at some images and videos of MJ on social media. If you all remember or don't remember, in No Way Home, the previous movie, which was excellent, the world forgot who Peter was. They had to, in order to fix the mess that he had made. And so now, his friends don't know him. And Mary Jane or MJ, I'll say just MJ. She doesn't know him. Yeah.
That key is going to be relevant. I think that they're going to end up finding it in his apartment. That's how they're going to learn his identity.
Oh, right, because that's the key to the city, right?
Yeah, they're going to end up finding the key to the city in his apartment. I'm so excited for okay, you want to go back to the...
Yeah, I figured I'll go back a bit.
The key is a little bit... If you were trying to get the key, it's at I think 30.
By the way,
maybe 35.
I do like this shot right here. Not just him jumping off, but the actually seeing inside of his mask. Typically, we don't really see it like that.
Yeah, people have been shouldn't that mask be
skin
tight? It looks like it's skin tight, and
yeah.
I'm just man, you are losing. You are going for.
You want super realism.
I've been man, you are going for a sense of realism
right.
when you should be going for a sense of just the artistic shot, because this is such a cool fucking shot.
Exactly, and this is just artistic expression, right? It's trying to show us in the narratively how he is going through it. He's not even enjoying it. Right here, you would think somebody is jumping from a building. Typically it'd be exhilarating. It's nothing to him. Look, his eyes aren't even dilated. It's nothing. So this is a note. Somebody actually read that. And
so he's narrating it as he's talking.
Oh, he says some of it. Okay.
He's narrating what's on it.
So somebody had wrote the whole thing out.
Yep.
On Twitter I saw. Oh, but I didn't notice that until now. By the way, look at that. He's bruised.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that, but yeah. So he wrote a letter to MJ, obviously saying that she won't remember him. But he still loves her, and he hopes somewhere inside her, she still loves him. By the way, if we didn't really speak on it, but obviously he's wearing the classic Spider-Man outfit, the costume, if you will. And we got Frank Castle here.
I'm so excited for this. I love John Barenthal as Punisher.
Who would you say is your favorite? Who's been your favorite Punisher? And chat, you guys too. Who's been your favorite?
Genuinely,
yeah.
I can't remember any of the other ones but him.
So we've had Dolph Lundgren. I think he's probably the most physically intimidating because Dolph Lundgren is tall and he's a big dude. And Dolph Lundgren was actually a badass, by the way. He was a multiple martial art belt holder, which I didn't know for a long time, but he can kick your ass aside from him being big. But you have Dolph Lundgren. We had Ray Stevens, rest in peace. He passed away, unfortunately. And, of course, we had, what's my man's name? What was his name? What's his name? Oh, I cannot remember. Oh, Thomas Jane. Ray Stevenson, by the way. I shouldn't say Ray Stevens. Ray Stevenson. Thomas Jane was one of the most beloved. If I'm pretty sure he was probably the most beloved until now, until we got John Barenthal.
John Barenthal just does such a good job of like doing the like PTSD war vet
Yeah.
combined with the ruthless, absolute ruthless murder.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I mean, that scene he had in Daredevil, well, was it Daredevil when he had that scene in court, or was it his own show?
It was Daredevil. The scene in court was
That's
in the
right.
in the second season of Daredevil.
Yeah, man,
Where he's just
crazy.
great. My favorite scene that he has done as Punisher though is in Born Again, where he's talking to Matt in his like lair, so to speak.
Right.
And he's just like trying to make Matt confront the. I don't want to spoil it if people haven't seen it seen the show, because people might be watching it right now to get ready for the next season.
Yeah.
But like he's talking to Matt about some stuff that's happened, and it's just such a great scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually had some really great scenes, by the way. I'm with you on that. Vandal, I'm with you. I liked Ray Stevens. Ray Stevenson was actually he looked the most accurate to me as comic Punisher.
Oh, sure.
Like he had the
I think
bulk.
John Barenthal's younger than the Punisher is normally portrayed. Like,
That I agree, or at least he looks younger. Yeah, I think stature-wise, Stevenson and Dolph Lundgren had the best stature.
Yeah.
Like they were both big dudes. Stevenson looks like literally like if you go look at some old comics, he looks like comic Punisher back in the day. To me, brutal too. By the way, if you all haven't seen his version, brutal, like the way Punisher should be. Rest in peace, though, Stevenson. But that said, let me. Oh crap! What did I just do? I closed down some things. There we go. I'm still here. What did I do?
I don't know. You hit it. It's not on the screen no more.
There it is.
All right.
Dang you, PC. So let me keep it playing. All right. So he webs up old gun and that nothing. He shot him out. Then he drop kicks him right out of the car.
This is such a great. I love that so much.
That was funny. And by
also,
the way,
the whole like shooting him in the face to stop him from cursing, funny as hell.
Oh yeah.
Most Spider-Man thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
like,
and on top of that, mind you, this is like a lot of this. If you all haven't seen it, are like very comic book references of books.
Yes, there's a lot of scenes in this that are extremely referential to the comic books.
For sure. Obviously,
most of them are a little further in.
Yeah, they are. The one with the Punisher is typically has Spidey in his sights. That's the one with the Punisher typically. You'll see one with Tarantula, with him jumping at him by the Empire, not the Empire State, the Statue of Liberty. And that's from the comic show. Now, I had a few discussions with people on this, and shout out to my boy Pyro. He was asking. He said, "Do you think this could lead to the mutated Spider-Man with the 8 arms or the 6 arms, if you will, on the legs, so 8?" And I said, I don't think it's that. I think what we're seeing here is the Other. If you all hadn't seen it, the Other, by the way, is, and now you see they're scanning him here. The Other in the comics was Spider. By the way, thank you for acknowledging me, Legendary Yobi. I acknowledge you as well. The Other is my screen off centered for you all?
I have no idea. No, I'm pretty sure that's just a shot.
Okay. So
now you're showing us the stream set analytics.
Oh, goodness. Okay. This is so weird on how it's showing on my screen here. Sorry about this, y'all, because it is showing so weird in OBS. I think I need to update this thing. But the Other in the comics happens where Spider-Man he eventually faces this enemy named Morlun. If you all are not knowing who that is, he is basically like this interdimensional kind of enemy, very strong, coming to murder Peter off. Well, in that, he eventually like yanks Peter's eye out and like mortally wounds him, but Peter fends him off, and then he goes into this spider web cocoon like he just pulled himself out of here. And when he emerges, he's more powerful, he's stronger, he's faster, he has organic webbing like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man does. All those things. And if you look here on the screen here, from what we're seeing here, you can see some of that. So you see superior strength. You see superior agility. You see heightened senses. Heightened senses, by the way. He's going to talk to Banner, as we see. And you will see, look at that, the drip of see how all these things clearly higher sensing. So to me, I would think it's the other.
Yeah, I think they're doing a combination of a couple storylines.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing a combination of probably the other and because like they never adapt things one to one ever.
True.
Like Civil War was like people love Civil War, but Civil War was not actually like Civil War.
It was not. Yeah, it was a little different for sure, or a lot different. But yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, like this enemy is zipping into other people's bodies, like the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. That's interesting. Scorpion
also,
here.
Yeah, and people think that the character with the yellow hoodie and green jacket is Jean Grey.
Let's see. Let me go back. A little menacing if that's Jean. Let's see. Well, she could be like, I guess, clearing someone's mind or something, I guess.
Yeah. Because Sadie Sink is cast in an unknown role in this movie and in Secret War.
Oh.
So they're like, they don't know if this character, because like this character's wearing like green and yellow, like the yellow hoodie with the green jacket,
Which
and
is a
people are like,
like,
you know, we have Sadie Sink, we have this, and we like, people are like, Jean Grey, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but like, would be cool.
That would be cool, yeah.
I was like, you know who else wears yellow and green, and they're bringing everyone back into the MCU from the Netflix stuff. This is my boy, the Iron Fist.
Yeah,
I'm not joking when I say that, like, yeah, Iron Fist wasn't good for Marvel standards, but boy, was it still better than, like, most of what DC has put out in the last, like, 15 years.
I would have to disagree, man. Well, maybe, I don't know.
I didn't like the second season of Iron Fist, but I did like the first season. I did really like
moments.
The first season.
I like moments. I feel like they didn't give it their all for that one. You know, it just
but I hope they bring them all back. By the way, I hope they give him another chance because I think he'll do. I think he can do the character well. Because like if you brought some of them back and you're gonna do that character again, you can't recast him.
Yeah,
you got to do him again. Like
maybe. I personally wasn't a fan of him, but then again, I guess. Well, I guess when you look at him, because like to me the standouts were obviously Luke Cage season 1 and what's her name, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones, yeah.
And of course Daredevil,
really
obviously
the weakest of them all by a lot. Right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was a pretty mid performance from Marvel compared to literally everything else they were doing at the time.
For sure.
Including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. Like
that grew on a lot of people right there, by the way.
I loved Agents.
Yeah. A lot of people were kind of iffy on it at first, but it grew on people.
The first season was not great.
Yeah.
It was not great until Hydra happened in the movies.
Yeah.
Which was halfway through the first season.
Hail Hydra. Shout out to everybody else that joined, by the way. I see a few people. Shout out to my brother Nerds. What's up, brother? Punty. What's up, Punty? Vando, I already shouted you out, but what's up? Legendary Yobi, I shouted you out as well, but welcome. And our brother Assassin. What's up, Assassin? He says seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow and The Flash were peak. I think seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Arrow and Flash were peak, Assassin. I thought all 3 seasons, first seasons of those 2 were really great. After Flash season 3, that's when it started to fall off crazy hard. So I don't know what I think Arrow was consistent enough, even if it weren't as great in the later seasons. It was still consistently okay. Flash fell off a cliff.
I did not like the CW DC shows.
A lot of them were kind of
I had friends in college that would get together because they came out like what, Thursday nights, Tuesday nights.
Something like that.
Like all of them were back to back. I have friends that would get together and watch the whole thing.
I think it was Tuesdays.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You guys have fun.
And
I'm gonna be let down. I'm gonna be a bum.
We had Scorpion here. What do you all feel? By the way, shout out to or at least let's welcome in Daniel J. McG. What's up, Danny?
I was here for a minute and I was like, it seems like a weird time to jump in the conversation, but I am here.
Yeah. Well, what do you all think about their version of Scorpion? I'm glad they brought him back. to
I love
reprise the
actor.
role.
Love him.
Yeah, I mean, he's always played this villain and everything. Has he ever played a good guy? I don't think I've ever seen him in a good role. Like,
He played a semi-protagonist in Better Call Saul.
kind of, right? Yeah.
Like a
what would you call him? An anti-hero?
I wouldn't call him a good guy.
And
Yeah,
Because
no one's
none
really a
of the
good guy in
characters in
Better
that
Call
universe
Saul.
are good people.
Yeah, right. True.
So
Relatively good.
Yeah,
How about that?
he was more of a protagonist than an antagonist.
Right. He was forced
I like
into that.
him. I like him well enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that they've like really done anything with that character, and they keep doing the thing where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a Sinister Six," and then they don't. And then they don't.
This isn't gonna
Sony
be
like doesn't have
Sinister
rights to half of them or whatever. So
Yeah, that sucks. I would have loved to see a Sinister Six kind of thing go off here.
yeah.
What do you all feel about the fit? Because he doesn't have the traditional Scorpion,
looks
garb all
okay.
the way.
I think it looks great.
The tail's there. It's something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I need to see more of it than like just these like in motion moments. But like I don't know, the best Green Goblin outfit that they've ever done is nothing like the comics with
True.
In the Raimi Spider-Man stuff. So like I'm not the biggest. It has to look like the comic book outfit. People think that that's Rogue, and I'm
that's
like,
exactly why I
no.
paused it. Yeah.
No, that's literally just some girl with hair.
I think that's just some girl.
That's exactly why I paused it right there. And I get why they think it, because of the hair, literally,
hair's
and the
perfect
green
for
and
it.
white. I see it, yeah. She's
and it could
how
be
is she so
enough to
unbothered,
someone-
by the way? Like, is this Gen X? Is this the problem with Gen X right here, fellas?
Do you know how much bullshit has happened in New York in this universe?
That's a good point.
Yeah, truly.
That's a good
Like,
point. And this,
they
that's a
had-
classic right there, by the way.
They currently have Wilson Fisk as the goddamn mayor.
Yeah, right.
They had Thunderbolts happen, which there's theories that like in some of these shots it's during the Thunderbolts like chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Like
This
right
one
here,
kind of
there's
looks like
theories
it.
that that's
Yeah.
during the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, during the void. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the void happened. They had the snap happened across the world. They
True.
had they had the Chitauri invasion.
It sure
yeah,
did.
like, New York's been fucked. Like, yeah, most people are gonna be like, it's another Tuesday.
It's so funny because in the comics, I always thought that too. Like, what the hell is so special about New York that they always have all this shit going down there? It's like y'all can't
There's
get a moment of peace.
There's like 3 heroes per block in New York City.
Hey, you would think criminals would just leave. Like, I can't get jiggy here in New York. It's not working out. But nope, they stay. I would think I wouldn't even go to Hell's Kitchen because Daredevil, like,
You're gonna die.
yeah, he's gonna beat the hell out of you. It's like going to Gotham. I'm still confused by the thugs there. Yes, the bats. It's like you're talking like that. Did you not see your friend in Traction? Like, I don't understand. Why would you be there still try to do crime? It makes no sense to me with the things that Batman does to these villains. And he beat them the hell up, and then it's like, now talk. And it's like, Batman, their jaw's dislocated. How can you expect that? But so this is a classic, obvious #1 Spider-Man issue cover. I love that they're doing that. This right here is also a classic cover with him going against, I believe it's Boomerang. Forgot his name. I believe that's who it is.
Boomerang's there, and then
And this is Tarantula.
Yeah.
Right here. And
this is randomly the Hand. I guess we'll
and
show
the
Tarantula.
hand, of course,
Yeah.
exactly. But which, by the
It's
way,
just,
I love this dive here because it reminds me of the Matrix Revolution, the second one.
Yeah.
Remember how they were fighting him with the Merovingian right there, and they dived at him like that. It reminds me of that shot.
Also, strange that he doesn't have his mask on in this scene.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. His mask is off, and of
Like,
course,
why?
black pupils.
I'm also like, are they doing like I'm so curious if this ties into Daredevil like season 2. Like, why is he in this prison? Could they be doing like the Daredevil like a portion of the scene like the Daredevil prison?
I read up on
Probably
it a
not.
bit, and they said that this takes place after Daredevil season 2.
Yeah.
After season 2. Okay.
Yeah, so
I think it's probably that color because of the
other
we see
ring.
like somebody
The
jumping
mutation.
between. Well,
Mhm.
no, not even that. I think it's because we see somebody like ghosting between bodies, and I think.
Oh.
Oh,
Could be that.
maybe.
It could also be that he was stabbed with what's his face, his venom. The
Maybe.
Scorpions.
yeah, because like some of this, like people are like, oh, he's cocooning. Like some of that could be him having like a reaction to the toxin. like
It's
a
just Tom Holland
hallucination.
finally going through puberty. We knew it had to
Yeah.
happen. He just got married, so
That's
I'm
what it
told
is.
that can happen to a guy.
Yeah.
Also, did you guys see Charlie Cox's interview on I think it was Kimmel,
I didn't
No.
see it. No.
where he's like, I'm not in this movie. But even if I was in this movie, I'd lie to you and tell you I'm not in this movie. But I'm not in this movie. Like, over and over again. And he's smiling the whole time. And everyone's like, I actually can't tell if he's in this movie or not.
So there is a slight in newscast. That did remind me of 302. Now that you mention it, yeah, I do see that. There is a slight chance, to Nerd's point, that it could be the symbiote. Would
Yeah,
you all
'cause,
think
like,
that?
No.
portion that was left in like the end credit scene.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
will
I mean,
not be the
it's a
symbiote.
slight only because he's.
Sony just said that they're gonna continue fucking over all of the
Aw.
good movies by
Venom over there.
rebooting the fucking Spider-Man spin-off franchises with new
Damn you,
actors. They
Sony.
said that like 2 weeks ago. So no, it's not the symbiote. Sorry.
Ah.
That's also the reason why we're getting jobbers like fucking Tarantula and Boomerang
You're right.
and the Party City ninjas.
Party City.
That's why we're getting those
That's so
fuckers
disrespectful.
instead of Green Goblin and Venom. And
I'm
all these
wondering
other
how
guys.
they're
It
bringing
is-
back the hand though.
I mean, well,
look,
they
man.
can't die technically, right? They got rituals to bring them back. But the
Yeah, but
mysticism.
the whatchamacallits are like the whole like Defenders is canon now.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
And like all the heads of the hand died.
I
Just
wouldn't.
like,
I wouldn't be
"Hey, man,
surprised if
there were
Elektra
more
pops
ninjas
up.
somewhere. That's literally all. Like it's a comic book. You just be like, hey, there's more ninjas.
Yeah,
They're the hand.
exactly.
They're the new
That's
hand.
fair.
There's
They're
the
left hand.
the older hand, the ancient
It don't
hand
even
we didn't
matter.
know about. And so
Yeah, these were the
nerds.
guys that were. We didn't fight them before because they were hiding at a Spirit of Halloween with those dog shit looking costumes.
They were in the Party City section there that you mentioned. So Nerd said, I'm surprised people aren't moving out in droves in New York. Yeah, I agree. Vandal says, I'm a smart villain. I'm headed to Bloodhaven. And Assassin asked, he says, if you guys were faced or forced to fight, who would you fight? Batman who's laughing or silent Spider-Man?
Well, Batman Who's Laughing became almost God, so like not that.
I'd
The
fight
Batman
Spider-Man
who
just in
laughs.
general because Spider-Man's kind of a pussy. Let's be honest.
The silent one is not. The silent one, he doesn't pull punches. I remember him grabbing, what's
Yeah,
his
he's a
name,
little
Kingpin's
bitch.
skin and folding it like it was a piece of cloth as he beat the hell out of him.
He's welcome. He's welcome to give it a shot, but he's still a little baby boy.
Shoot. I don't know. I feel like Batman. Well, if Batman is laughing, if it's not the evil God version you're speaking of, he will let you live. You'll be broken up a bit. Spider-Man who's not laughing could be Venom Spider-Man, and he might kill you. So I don't know.
He's just a little 12-year-old baby boy. What's he gonna do? He's a little boy. He's just a little guy.
I will say like either one of them hitting you when they are either laughing or silent is not going to be pleasant. Yeah, maybe you might die quickly though with Spidey because he can knock your head clean off your shoulders. So maybe that's the way.
Listen, man, Spider-Man or the fucking whatchamacallit Batman Who Laughs like became Dr. Manhattan.
Oh no.
He became like they stole Bruce Wayne's body, who was Dr. Manhattan. I don't know. Those comics are bad.
Oh, yeah,
Comics are fucking.
it's all
hey,
over the
guys,
place.
Sometimes comics are fucking stupid.
Like get back.
Sometimes we do some things and we maybe should not have.
Truly.
Our brother Assassin, thank you, Assassin, drops a $5 donation. He says, they gave a spoiler on accident for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. The mayor giving the key to the city isn't Fisk. I know Sony can't use Kingpin, but come on. Yeah, that's right. It's a lady. It's a female mayor.
Well,
There's
but
a
this still
few
isn't-
ways.
This still
that-
isn't Sony, so first of all, that doesn't make sense. And second of all, that lady we do know is one of Kingpin's like
subordinates.
It's like her. It's like his assistant or whatever from season 1. So
Yeah,
I hadn't
also-
even paid attention to it. I just saw it.
We don't know that him getting the key at that point, like, is actually at the present time of the rest of the movie.
Also
Like that
true.
could be from like the very beginning, where like he's giving a spiel about like what's happened over the last 4 years. Like, oh, and I got the key to the city or some shit when he's just talking all depressed about how like none of it matters.
Right.
Like nothing actually says that like that little clip of him getting the key on TV is happening at present time.
Okay. So let's finish the trailer off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got the hand here. Party City Ninjas, as Danny called them.
Just them fucking Party City Ninjas looking lame as hell.
It's very artistic choices.
That's definitely people cut out of that scene. There's there's not. It's just like the damn New York scene.
It's very artistic choices,
Statue of
by the
Liberty
way.
Scene.
Right? Like
that's still New York. We'll never be not in New York.
Well,
those sleeves are crazy. I don't know. They're doing some like wire shit, and it doesn't.
Very
look
Crouching
great,
Tiger, Hidden
but...
Dragonish, should I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who's under Spider-Man? There's got I'm telling you, like Daredevil's gonna be fucking swinging.
I think it's Optimus Prime and.
I'm gonna guess that them showing this part here is less about that current action and just like flashbacks to when he fought these people and such, right? Because it's just very stylized the way they're showing it. Yeah.
The hand is in like a bunch of scenes though, so that one I do feel like they'll be involved to some extent. But yeah, the boomerang one and the tarantula one, yeah, that's probably nothing.
Yeah. Assassin says Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
I'm not gonna be mad if they actually set up Heroes for Hire.
That'd be nice.
I would be so happy.
One of the cooler duos in the comics, by the way, is Luke Cage and Iron Fist. So I would like that too. Yeah, and that's roughly that's the trailer. So I will say, brand new day. Extremely excited for this, and we're not alone. By the way, if you all hadn't known, Tom Holland and Zendaya, they are married now. They's married now. July 30th. According to not just this. I saw it a moment ago on Twitter. Spider-Man Brand New Day's trailer here.
It's the most watched.
It is the most watched trailer of all time now. It is.
It's like 7 million to like 3 million.
700 million or something like that. Yeah.
Or yeah. It's 700 million to like 300. Like the ratio is over double the previous.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like 700 million. It may be more than that now. Last I looked, it was like 700 and something million, beating out Deadpool and Wolverine, which is second place now, by
also,
like 400.
The way that they teased this.
Yeah.
I loved the way that like they teased this trailer dropping by releasing the really bad looking like second and a half bits of the trailer, because just seeing him get hit by Frank on the road over and over again on my timeline was so funny.
Yeah. I love to see the interconnectivity the MCU always brings. This is really cool. I wonder where they're going to go with it for this. Super excited, though. I don't go to the movies often enough nowadays. I don't think many people do. But I'm definitely going to see this. I want to go see their Project Hail Mary, too. Shout out to nerds who went to go see it already. Yeah, this seems like an opening montage to me as well, newscast. That's what I'm thinking. Goku is going to make a cameo at this point, I bet. It said it's Blade, and it's a day after your birthday, Vandal. Your birthday is on the 30th, I take it, of July. And newscast said that movie disappointed him because there were no tigers and dragons. And he realized they were all crouching and hidden. Yeah, we got to throw a tomato at newscast. Everybody in the chat. He said so. Peter's stalking MJ, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. He's stalking her. But I mean, what do you do? It's the love of your life, right? And you had no closure there. You know, Jenny. So let's throw some tomatoes at. Let me throw some tomatoes at newscast for that. There you go. So you got here a bit behind us. What was your week like? What have you been playing and watching?
Not too much. It's been a lot of just continuing to play all the same stuff I was playing last week. I had already finished Resident Evil Requiem last week, but now I went back through and did a second run of it to try and unlock more of the stuff.
Nice.
So now I've got the infinite ammo for it. So that's
there you go.
Cool. Which means now I'm set up to do the speed run.
Insanity run.
I'm already the Insanity run I'll do after, but I gotta do the speed run first.
Yeah.
Which I'm already like halfway done with. I got to Raccoon City in like an hour and 15 minutes, and you have to beat it in 4 hours. So I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Yeah,
although apparently the outskirts of Raccoon City part is the longest part. It takes like the guide that I've been looking at says it should take you 45 minutes. So that part's gonna be a minute.
Is that you're talking about the part where you gotta assemble the pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. On my second or third try, I did that so quick. I just ignore the things I didn't need to do. So you'll be fine.
It's that, but it's also that there's like a bunch of different boss fights in that section, because there's that, and there's the motorcycle, and there's the plant, there's the spider. There's a lot of shit. So you got to do like all that.
Somebody had did a free mode part where you jump across, when he jumps across ridiculously so with that motorcycle across that building. And it's so far and ridiculous. Like they did the free mod. They did a mod so you can get the free cam to look and see from a distance the action scene right there. And the building is like literally far apart. Like, how would you have survived that, Leon? Leon is basically a superhero in this dang game.
That's Leon. That's Leon Kennedy. That's the man. That's the GOAT.
Yeah.
That's my.
He's that GOAT.
The GOAT. That's the GOAT.
And then I also finished Chrono Cross. I think I might have technically finished that before we talked last time, but I don't think we talked about it, so it's probably fine. That's man, what a game that one is. It really makes you think that it's one thing early on, and then it is like, what if this game actually, what if this was the craziest shit ever? So you get to like the halfway point thinking that it's one game that's like, because it's supposed to be a sequel to Chrono Trigger, and you're like, okay, well, there's not really any Chrono Trigger stuff in this until you get to like the 80% mark, and then it's like, what if everything was Chrono Trigger the whole time? And you're like, oh shit.
Oh, that's where the cross comes in. Crisscross.
It's crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. The plot like very much jumps the shark at one point and gets really, really stupid. But it's still a really fun game. Like the gameplay of it is interesting. A lot of the party members are cool, but you also have 45 potential party members, which is too many, because most of them don't get like anything to do or like really any plot. So a lot of them are just around. So those ones suck. I don't know. It's a really weird one where there's aspects of it that you play and you're like, yeah, man, I totally understand how this was not the whole team, but at least some of the team from Chrono Trigger who made like one of the best JRPGs ever. And then there's other parts where you're like, this is kind of schlock. I don't know how we ended up here. So.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it. I do own it. I need to get to it eventually one day, but
it's fucking long. Also, it takes a minute. Yeah, it's like I think I ended up at like 40, 45, 50 hours, and I was by the end of it just like sprinting just to finish it because I was like, I'm kind of done.
Okay, I see. So it kind of overstays its welcome for you.
A little bit, yeah. There's a twist that happens at one point, and you're like, oh, this isn't the game I wanted it to be. It's still interesting, but it's just like not.
All right. What would you rate it if you had to give it a score?
Shit, man, I don't know yet. We haven't recorded the Ready Set Replay episode for it yet of that one. Right. I have no idea. Somewhere in the middle. It's gonna be between like a 7.5
and a 7.
6.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere in that range.
I was thinking like a 7. You like a 6. A whole grade.
Yeah,
lower.
I mean it's gonna be somewhere in there, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. Well, did you have a chance to gather anything for the news roundup?
I didn't get notes written about them, but I do have the headlines of them.
Okay, we can freestyle it. We're all good at that. We covered we didn't cover anything except for the Spider-Man trailer so far, but
you've been going for like an hour and you only talked about Spider-Man?
Yeah.
We didn't go for it. We started. Well,
we started a bit after, about what, 15, 20 minutes after? 20 minutes after, I think. So yeah.
That's crazy. I know y'all be talking. Here's an interesting one that I wanted to look up what the fuck this means, and I really don't fully understand. PlayStation is apparently dropping the PlayStation Network branding. I assume that just means they're gonna come up with a new name for it, or just call it PlayStation, and you just have a subscription to PlayStation.
I would imagine it's a
I
new
don't
name.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, Xbox did something similar to this. I don't remember what it was exactly they dropped, but like they did. I think it was actually like the Xbox Live branding. It's called Xbox Network now.
Yeah, well, it's just part of Game Pass now, isn't it? It's just like rolled in. It's like
no, just in general, because like Xbox
shit.
Live was the like online, just in general, not just Gold. Like Gold was the paid part of it, but they called the online in general and all the features Live. And like, so they got rid of that because they got rid of the Windows Live branding because it was supposed to be like a parallel to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect it's literally just weird just changing of names.
I did see some people being like, "Oh, they're getting rid of PSN. That means that you won't have to pay for online." And I was like, "Cute. It's cute that you think that."
They really thought that.
Yeah, there was a couple people online that were like,
Delusional.
"People thought that Xbox was going to do it. PlayStation's beating them to the punch." And I was like, "That's not what that means.
Yeah, that's not
what that
happening.
means."
Yeah,
Sorry,
for
bro.
me,
Like the article literally says there's no change in function at all to the
Yeah.
like for the user. It's just a branding thing.
yeah, it just makes. You know, I'll be honest. I never actually liked the name PSN. It just seems sterile to
PSN,
them for me.
Works.
The
Like,
logo
it's
was
fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't know. If they come up with a new name for it, there's a really solid chance it's going to be worse. If they just call it PlayStation, then I don't know. It's boring. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It feels like a weird thing to change after.
I think maybe
however many
PlayStation
years, but
Online.
Maybe they were just.
Maybe.
I guess maybe they were just trying to find some way to freshen it up, but I don't know. Kind of feels like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Crimson Desert reviews came in, and they
Yes.
are pretty middling, which I think is really funny because the number one complaint I saw about it was, and I said that I thought this might be the case when we were on Boom Show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is I was like, it looks like it's a situation where it's going to be 1,000,000 miles wide and an inch deep,
Mhm.
and it seems like that is the complaint that a lot of the reviewers have. And I remember distinctly when I said that, someone in that chat was like, "Oh, this tired old phrase," and I was like, "Well, bitch, tell them to stop making games that are it. Then that's not my fucking fault."
Hey.
So
You in the chat over there, y'all historically are on odds with each other.
We're
It's
gonna-
hilarious.
I'm gonna get them again too. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I kind of saw this one coming because of just the subconscious thought that like when you go for like the photorealistic look, or like the highly detailed look, people
Yeah.
are subconsciously gonna think it's gonna have some kind of like parallel like deep narrative story to it because that's how we've been trained to think,
Sure.
and it didn't.
It's-
at all.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
for me. I think it's less. I mean, I haven't played it yet. I think it's less that and more that like it just looked like they were trying to do so much shit. And every time I see a game trying to do that, I always look at it kind of sideways because I'm like, I don't know, man. It sounds like you kind of think you're Rockstar, and I know you're not. Like you're trying to do everything, and I don't know that you got all that.
So, what was the overall meta
As
for
of the
this?
time that the tweet came out, it said Metacritic was at 77 and OpenCritic was at 80, which is not terrible.
Not bad at
But
all.
It is,
Yeah.
considering the hype going into it, is a lot lower than people
It
expected.
unfortunately is, and like I expected it to hit the 90s or at least like a 90, if not like an 80, excuse me, not
High 80s,
early,
yeah.
high 80s. Thank you. I'm like
Yeah.
early 80s.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, thank you. So high 80s, like maybe a 90, 91. That was what I was hoping for. But it, to be fair, I mean, good and great. We are so desensitized, not desensitized, but so, what's the word I want to use here? We are so over like getting a 7 for a game. 7 for a game for us now means bad.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
the language has changed around that. But if you're getting a 70, like a 77 or 78, that means it's a really good game. Not just good, but a really good. And an 8 is
Right.
great, literally. So I'm not mad.
Not
I'm not
supposed to be.
mad at it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a situation where I think because there are so many games coming out all the time, it's a combination of if I'm gonna spend my time on a game, it needs to be like in the upper echelon because I don't have time to play every game. And but I think that also has been misconstrued by just like modern review structures where it has become literally like, yeah, a seven is not okay anymore. Seven
Yeah.
means like a fail. That is a failing grade.
That's pretty much it. And what's crazy is now we've had the shareholders actually reinforce that. Did you all see that?
They lost 30% of
Yeah.
their stock share
Yeah.
overnight.
Is really stupid because I think for me, I think it's less than them losing 30% because of the reviews being bad. I think is less stupid than how much the stock shot up because of people's like just looking
Pre-orders.
at the trailer of the game. I
Oh.
feel like that sets such a bad precedent of like, oh, the buzz for this game based on trailers that are most of the time in video games not 100% accurate we're gonna just pump this company up full of all this money so they get their they do all this hiring or whatever, and then we're gonna undercut it the second it doesn't hit the elevated goals that we all of a sudden thought that it was going to have or achieve, and now we've got to cut it 30% and probably fire people, because that's always how it ends in this company.
It seemed unfortunately
in this industry, not the company, I guess.
It's unfortunate because I think we knew that, like, in the past, obviously getting a higher meta would mean bonuses for developers and stuff. But I feel like if you're a shareholder and you had record-breaking numbers of pre-orders and all of that, they already made 20 million just on Steam alone. It feels like a betrayal to the devs if you're like, well, you didn't get a 90, so we're going to have to, our stock is going to fall for that, and we got to fire people. I just feel so stupid to me.
Well, ask the Battlefield 6 team how they feel about that.
I know, right? Yeah. It's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Got hit with layoffs.
Yeah, and like I've been playing a bit of it. I didn't get a chance to get fully into it, but it didn't release until like maybe a few hours ago anyway, actually, for me. And when I preloaded it, and when I go to start it up, it's like downloading. I'm like, what do you mean downloading? What was the point of me preloading the thing?
It's got to download the decryption files and then decrypt.
Okay. I thought maybe it was a day one patch, because to Assassin's point,
there was a day one patch, so
okay.
it may have been downloading a day one patch. But like, you do still, like, when you download a preload game on Steam, you do still have to download a slight portion of it and then wait for it to decrypt.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize
they try to encrypt they don't do a very good job of it.
Yeah.
But they try to encrypt the game file so you can't data mine.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've got about an hour into it. I want to say I'm letting the video do a little bit of the talking. For one, I have an NVIDIA card. I have a 4080 Super. Now, I need to move on up, of course, for that Dlss S5, gentlemen. But anyway,
we'll get to your wrong opinion on that one in a minute.
But I will say this. This game is a freaking looker. If you're seeing the screen here, you all shouldn't be surprised. Yeah. The particle effects, look at this. Look at the particle effects. It is second to none out of any game I've ever seen. It is phenomenal. Look at it.
It's pretty. It's got to have something going for it.
It's got to have something, because it damn sure ain't got no story. I've about an hour in already. I can already tell you the narrative is trash. Or at least
scored higher than I thought it was. As soon as they said in the early review, like the early press stuff, that like there's like not much story, I'm like, damn, this game's getting a 70.
It's look at this part right here. And he dives in, bow.
Because like this shit looks cool, but like at the same time, I guarantee it doesn't have the actual whimsy that fucking Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom does. So like that shit ain't gonna be respected in the same way.
I agree, and you know what it is from what I've noticed at least, and what I believe the problem is the game was set to be an MMO, and it's very much that's the problem I'm noticing, because there's so much gamified moments around MMO style, because you can make your own house, you can literally invest your money into like a stock options in this game. I love
that. I actually love that.
So like they have very much MMO systems in here that are very obvious, and sometimes that backfires on a game, right? I think of Rise, if you all remember Rise, Son of Rome, that was going to be a Connect game, and I love Rise. Many of us do. It was affected because at the last, well, not the last second, but they had to switch that play style to fit a controller, and it hurt it, right? As far as how they could have better presented that game. But this gives me
attacking Rome, so like I can't forgive it.
Yeah. But like this gives me that thought, because it's very, very obvious MMO. It's MMO'd, if you will. It's very MMO'd. And what I will say is visually it's stunning. It has a ton of systems. You're never going to be bored in this game. I would just say narratively, the plot is obvious. Like, okay, they attack the Grey Manes. You're the Grey Manes, and you're attacked. Your people are attacked and killed, and you have to reform your band of brothers and whatever. Just a little thin plot, but you can tell it's like secondary compared to everything else. That's where the MMO feeling comes in at, and you can feel it. It does have a weird kind of, I don't want to say jank necessarily, but it doesn't feel like AAA game as far as the controls. It doesn't feel real premium. It feels like it's a little loose in how you move sometimes and how the world looks. Just got it's an odd way of putting it, I guess, but it just has that weird kind of feel to it that doesn't lend itself to a typical AAA. I will say again, the game is gorgeous as hell. I think the sound quality is great, and from the music I've heard, the OST sounds really great. So it's enough in there where I feel like if you can look past the story part of this, the narrative part, I think you'll be fine. And that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm conditioning myself right now to look past that and see if I can just enjoy the world. The combat is really, really solid so far from what I've played of it. It takes a bit of getting used to understand what you have to do, just a little bit, but it's not so odd that it will throw anyone off. It just takes a little getting used to. But so far, so good. Like an hour or so in. Shout out to my brother Garuda Intruder. What's up, brother? He says a good narrative can be added later in DLC, though. That's true. The game has good bones. They'll work on it. I agree. The game has good bones. That much I agree. It has a lot going for it in terms of, like I said, the world itself. It is a ton of things to do. I zoomed out on the map because I'm like, let me see how ridiculous this looks. And I moved around a fair amount of way to get to where I needed to get to. And you zoom out on the map, and it's like a little dot area. It's like, oh, no, this map is gigantic. Like, it quite literally is a lot to do. So it is very MMO-ified because of that, but I feel like I'm going to get lost in it still, so we'll see. I don't want to drone it on too much, but I will say the scores are lower than what I expected, but I'm going to see if it ends up being a really good game for me, because just because the review scores come in that way does not mean it's not going to be a gem, right? We've had plenty of games like that. Mad Max, for instance, got like a low 60, 70 score, if I'm not mistaken, like low 60s actually. Mad Max is one of my favorite games of all time. Rise, Son of Rome, I go back to that, also in the 60s. I love it. It's a gem. So, like, it doesn't mean that that's necessarily the case because of the reviewers having it that way, that there's going to be a bad game or a mediocre game or just an average game. To you, it might be the jewel of the Nile. So, yeah. But let's move on. What else do we have, Danny?
We've got sort of some small updates, I guess, but stuff that people have been asking for over on the Xbox UI section.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's basically you can turn on or off quick resume on a per title basis, which I imagine the only reason you would really want to turn it off is for like online games where it fucks up when they're on.
There's some games that screw up achievements, and there's some games that screw up audio.
Okay.
Mostly relegated to earlier Xbox One era games.
Sure, yeah.
But there are enough games that, like, basically I would have to quit out of them when I was playing some older stuff. There's that Murder Soul Suspect was one of them from Square Enix.
I remember that.
That game does not like quick resume.
That game doesn't like being played, frankly.
Truly, it does not.
You can also add up to 10 groups to your home screen. You can customize colors across your console, and it evidently somehow cleans up the visuals of the guide and the profile, which is cool. This is all, people have been asking for a while for, like, very small little updates like this, and it seems like, from what I've seen, it seems like this is just the first little bit of this. It does seem like they're allocating more resources into actually updating the console experience, which is something that Asha and her new team, I guess, have been saying that they were going to do, so I'm glad that they didn't lie about that. That's a positive.
Well, there's one bigger part about this. The development on these features started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not huge features, so I believe
they're
that
not,
for sure.
But like, like they are iterating and doing something right now.
Right.
Which is like, this is the first time we've had like feature updates in like 18 months. They're small, but like there was no investment before this at all.
Right, and if it started 2 weeks ago, it does mean that it is something that happened under Asha, so it's something that you can credit her with, even though it is something very small. So that's good. I mean, it is nice that it's a very easy small win that I'm sure they needed, frankly. But it's good that she's looking at even these little things and just being like, what's an easy win that we can get this month? I think that's a good idea for where they are right now.
Yeah, because I think I said optimists will say that Xbox is trying to do whatever small things they can to quickly build trust, and pessimists will say Xbox is trying to do whatever small things they can to quickly build trust. And it all depends on whether you believe they'll continue doing this or not, right? Like,
Yeah.
people
So
are
we're
going to
all
say the
agreeing.
exact same phrase.
So we all agree. You know, as long as you know, at the end of the day, they've done a thing that although small is good. A win's a win. You know what I mean?
I'm just happy I got the first fucking investment as a console gamer in God knows how long that was just for us console gamers. Like, not to say that they shouldn't, like, fix, like, cloud gaming and fix PC stuff, but, like, god damn has it been stagnant and have there just been problems that they haven't, like, invested in solving. It just feels great to be, like, even slightly noticed.
Yeah, I do hope it rolls out into like actual like outside of insider stuff because I'm an outsider.
It hit beta today, so they're iterating quickly.
Cool. Because I do want to see what the like quote unquote cleaner UI looks like. I want to know.
So do you all think this is
a? Here's my little thing.
Can you show him?
I need to see. One thing that I would like for them to get rid of is I would like for them to get rid of the bit where. Now when you click on the game icon, you have to click again on play to make it play. I don't know why they changed that, but I didn't.
You can turn that off in settings. You've been able to turn that off in settings.
Okay,
yeah,
good. I'm gonna go do that right now.
Remind me, I'll find a thing for you because it was annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah, I really actually fucking hate that. So
yeah.
I didn't realize.
So do you all?
It was something that they very quickly did after everyone got mad.
Yeah. So, okay, that must be it then, because I distinctly remember Googling it after they made that change and being like, "How do I turn this off?" And at the time, internet said you can't. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm glad.
So, do you all think you think this is a real good positive sign that? Because I'm still skeptical.
I think it's a first step.
You think it's a first step? Okay.
I think it is something that you can genuinely say that Asha pushed down. Yeah. Whether she'll continue, another story. We're gonna need to see more. But it is the first genuine thing that you can be like, Asha made this happen. It happened in 2 weeks. It wasn't happening before her.
Right.
It's a situation where it's like a football player at the combine when they have a really good speed on the 40, where you're like, that's pretty impressive. I'm glad that they did that. You know, and it's not breaking any records or anything, but like, you know, a good enough speed, maybe slightly higher than you expected it from this particular person. Yeah. But then you're at the same time you also are like, but when in a football game are you ever going to have a 40-meter straight run? Like that's never going to happen. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you're like, it's nice. It could mean that they're going to be good, or it could just mean they were fast today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be a while before we see meaningful things. Like that's just the truth 100%. Of a business the size of any, of like even like a quarter their size, like of that division.
Yes, like, and no, because I'm sure they had some things already planned for the anniversary that like would not have happened under her. So I'm sure we'll get something this year. But like, yeah, to your point, not things that she spearheaded or whatever.
But like any massive changes that would come under her aren't coming for like 6-8 months.
It's going to be a while. That's for sure.
For sure.
So like, they know they have to do something to try and keep up the momentum of we have shift leadership. We want to put a focus, because like her thing was, we want to put a focus back on our core audience, and she can't just not do something for the next 8 months.
Right.
So like, and you know, like it truly will be like, because like I don't trust her yet, but I don't not trust her either. So like, but like this is a very good first step of like, hey, core audience, we are listening to you. Here's some stuff you have been asking for years that we can get done now. Like, we need to cook on bigger things, but here's this. And I feel that they're gonna, and we even got a thing from, I can't think of her actual name, Neon Epiphany, I think is her username. She's the head of basically, like, this type of engineering at Xbox. She's very active on Twitter and Bluesky.
I saw you respond to her.
And she tweeted like a week ago or like 2 weeks ago that she had never been more energized to come into work in the last couple of years as she is now.
I saw that.
And then she tweeted it yesterday and was like, "I think you may now know why."
Eden Marie, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
I love. She is very nice. Like I've passed on feedback that has actually gotten changed like through her.
Yeah.
Like stuff with the mobile app. So like things are still trending positively. I don't know if they're going to continue, but right now they're continuing the trend of, okay, you're making me feel a little better about the brand each day.
That's good.
Because I felt like shit about the brand for 2 years.
I've always been kind of even keeled when it comes to the brand, but when this whole situation happened with Phil leaving and then her being pushed to the spotlight, it did shake me a little bit. I'm still like not quite sold, but seeing this here is good to see that they're making some steps. I'm hopeful that it's not going to go the way I think it's going to go, but in the meantime, it's good to see actual team members saying, "Hey, I'm feeling good about being here at work again." Right? I saw her previous one before this, a previous tweet. So, and then she obviously highlights it, saying that hopefully you know what this was about. So,
yeah,
that's a good thing. Team morale matters, and if you start caring about what you're doing at work and you care about your job, it shows. And so, I'm hopeful that this is. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong, and then they're really going all out, and they're going to really go under Asha. They're going to really go all out and put, console gamers first when it comes to the next gen and everything like that. I mean, it's going to be a hybrid anyway, but you know what I mean. So yeah, we'll see. What was one other thing I wanted to cover?
Is it Starfield?
Well, two major ones, I suppose. One is Starfield, but maybe I can say this. No, I'll do it now because Starfield is a bigger deal. But speaking of the AI thing, Danny, I don't know if you had saw it, but I saw this and I was like, I gotta share it.
Yeah, I saw you post that in the thing.
What's your guys' thoughts on that? So I'll read it so the chat will know. Val Kilmer has been resurrected via AI to star in a new movie, As Deep as the Grave, oddly titled for him to be in that when he's dead. Kilmer was cast in the movie in 2020, 5 years before his death, but he was too sick and amid his throat cancer battle to ever make it to set. Now an AI version of the actor is appearing in film with the full blessing of his daughter Mercedes. She wrote, he always looked at emerging technologies with optimism as a tool to expand the possibilities of storytelling. This spirit is something that we all are honoring within this specific film, of which he was an integral part. He was the actor I wanted to play this role, says writer-director Corte Voorhees. What an odd name for a writer-director Voorhees. It was very, he's butchering the dead here, so to speak. It was very much designed around him. It drew on his Native American hair. I always thought Val Kilmer had a very unique look to him, and that is why. He has Native American blood. So you can see it in his face. He doesn't have a stereotypical like, oh, I'm just from the Caucasus Mountain. He has a very clear, distinctive look. All right, he had a very, should I say? That's as an aside. Just want to throw it out there. His ties to and the love of the Southwest. His family kept saying how important they thought the movie was, and that Val really wanted to be a part of this. He really thought it was important, an important story that he wanted his name on. It was the support that gave me the confidence to say, okay, let's do this, despite the fact that some might call it controversial. This is what Val wanted. So, what's you guys' thoughts
well,
on
he's
that?
dead. He doesn't want anything anymore. Recast the fucking movie, dumbass.
I feel like this might be a bridge too far right here.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? The man's dead. The man's dead, and he didn't. It's not like a situation where he acted in most of the movie, and you're doing like a Fast and Furious. We're gonna AI a skin over his brother's face for one scene at the end. No, he wasn't in the movie. Cast a different guy.
And it's not like it's a pre-existing character either, where like that actor has become a fictional character in the world, and therefore their likeness kind of lives on. Like what's his face with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
And that was still gross.
It was
but at
still
least that
not
guy...
great, and I still don't know how I feel about that to this day.
I still hate that, but at least he wasn't like he was just a character in the background. They're saying this dude's gonna star. This AI whatever is gonna star in it. What does that even mean?
Grand Moff Tarkin existed before this as a character in Star Wars, right? Like, this is. I don't like this. I really don't like this.
And then what if this takes off, right? What if he's like, oh, I want to do a sequel? Well, dude, the guy's still dead.
Yeah. And like, God, yeah.
He also had it with Princess Leia, right? Didn't they do it?
Yeah, okay. Did they also? That was also at the end of Rogue One. They de-aged.
Yeah.
I mean, she was still alive at that point, but they like de-aged to make
de-aging
like,
is probably fine.
It wasn't actually
it
her.
Looks like
they
shit
just
usually,
like, made the weird superimposed.
I feel like if the actual actor gives their blessing, like for instance with James Earl Jones. Everything the light touches is our
Yeah,
kingdom.
well,
I believe he
they
gave his
only-
blessing
He only gave his voice for use in like for
Star
Darth
Wars.
Vader though.
Right, for Darth
Right.
Vader.
Well, but then it ends
Explicitly
up
for Darth Vader.
But then it ends up in fucking Fortnite saying slurs, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he didn't see that one coming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't think any of us saw that one.
Yeah. So, but
I
like,
probably did, but
I feel like if the actor themselves gives the okay, it might feel a little weird, but at least it'll be ethical that they actually agreed, right? This one, if
Yes.
this is his daughter saying this, and she gave the blessing, and not Val, so it's like,
And like they have to be in their sound mind too, because like
true.
towards the end there with what's his name, Marvel dude, Stanley. Stan Lee was not in his right mind. In fact, there's there's suits from his family against people making decisions for him, and like all kinds of gross, weird stuff there. So like, even if an actor signed away the rights to their name, I would want to be very certain that they did that of their own free will,
Right.
with like
With
their
the
like actual
with the competence
cognition.
to say it.
Yeah, with competent cognition.
By the end,
Like,
there, Stanley
you
was
know,
being puppeteered by his
Tom
family,
Clancy
so-
sold his name to Ubisoft to use in perpetuity, however they want.
Mm,
Like he sold the rights to his name
right.
to be used
Yeah.
as they will. Like, this is a step further than that, and like
For sure.
it feels. And we'll get more in this in the DLSS discussion, but
Yeah.
I'm really not the biggest fan of artificial intelligence in
Well,
the arts.
and it also makes me question,
So-
like, okay, so how are they doing this? Is there an actor on set that they're just sticking this over the top of? Because then what happens to that guy? Does he get paid less because now we have to give money to the Kilmer estate because we decided to put a ghost over the top of this other actor instead of just hiring another actor?
That sounds like what happened to poor what's his face who was Darth Vader until it was James Earl Jones'
That's
voice and he
a-
found out
like,
at the theater.
Just
what if
pay
it's
an
fully-
actor, for
like-
fuck's sake?
What if it's
Yeah.
fully generative AI that they have?
This doesn't
Then
seem
it's like you're just fully taking a job away from an actor.
Mm,
yeah, you're taking a job away from an actor and giving it to someone who's dead.
Yeah.
Who doesn't exist.
Like, and like that's like because like there are plenty of people who would be able to deliver a strong performance.
True.
This genuinely seems like something to drum up a ton of like
The controversy to pull around. people.
controversy
Yeah.
to boost it. Like I'd almost guarantee this movie's going to be awful when it comes out.
Yeah, probably.
It's the same trend of like game that stirs up weird controversy
Oh,
online
yeah.
before
What
it
was
comes
that?
out because like they've canceled the Xbox or PlayStation version. for
Oh.
some
Yeah, what was that
obscure
like dog
reason.
shit sci-fi one?
I
Where they're like, it
forgot.
was like some fat melty guy in a hallway, and they were like,
The
it just
the
could never work at
Code
an
Violet
Xbox, and it
was
came
one
out,
of
and it was
them.
like a fucking 2
Yeah, I
out of 10.
forgot the name of it, but I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I can't think of the name
Yeah.
of it. It was
Yeah.
Code
garbage.
Violet was one, and I don't remember the one that was before it from that studio. They keep doing this.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was like a firefighter one.
right. I mean, it's tricky. This right here. Again, if it had been him, I would have been like, all right, that's a little different, but at least it's him that said it. And again, you're right. It has to be, are you competent to say this, right? Maybe it needs to be
Yeah.
a whole thing where they go to court and or at least have some type of regulation where people actually can vouch for that and say that he was competent, doctors, whatever.
Film it in a courtroom.
They could
Like-
do that too, yeah. But like
Film it in a
just
courtroom and make him say
Yeah.
say it in front
do
of
a full
judge and
cognition
no one
test.
else around.
Yeah, full cognition test and everything. I'm with you. It
Or
just
just, like,
seems
don't do
odd
it.
otherwise.
Yeah, I'm also like, don't do it
What-
because like it is straight up taking a job away from
If you,
someone
yeah,
else.
if
Yeah.
you
For
have
someone
to,
who's
if you
not
have to go
alive.
to that extent, like, look, man,
Raw
recasting a
shareholder value.
character is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really not.
True. Like what would be a good if they had them character stand in and mocap for it? Would that be a acceptable thing? Provided
I-
that Val gave the
No.
okay.
I still don't know. Like, I'm like, why is
It's
it
all swings and
necessary
roundabouts,
that
but
it
it's
needs to be Val Kilmer? Like,
Yeah.
and when is it gonna not
cast a
be
different guy.
necessary to be Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna get to a point where there are no new actors because
Yeah,
we are
good point.
just recycling all
Yeah.
of the ones that exist? That's awful. That future is dreadful.
yeah.
Hey, I'm casting a new Scooby-Doo show. Velma's going to be played by Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, like-
and like,
I
what
can-
the fuck?
Like, and that's like where it's like, and well, again, we'll talk about it more in the DLSS side, but that's where I'm like, it's the end of it's kind of signals the end of like
Yeah.
new art as you know it, when everything will converge to be similar to something like truly
Well, it's gonna
like
be
everything
bad.
is similar to something else, but you're gonna have a true convergence of everything feeling weirdly similar to everything
Yeah.
else. And like I don't want that. Like some of the best things about like Star Wars in general is every time there's a new Star Wars thing, there is some actor you've never heard of, and then suddenly they're in everything because that franchise has elevated them.
Daisy
Right.
Ridley comes to mind, right? Yeah.
That happened. Well, Daisy Ridley's not been in a ton of stuff, but yeah,
Mark Hamill.
definitely more.
Mark Hamill,
for sure.
Like,
It would have
Even
been.
Harrison
It,
Ford,
it
even.
started to be. It started to be John Boyega, but then he said stuff against Hollywood, and they fucking
didn't like
blacklisted his
that.
ass.
Yeah.
So which sucks because he's. I mean, I guess he's not like the most amazing actor in the world, but he's good.
He's a good dude, yeah, and more importantly, he's a good person. That seemingly so.
yeah.
but
like
yeah,
you know, I want new actors because you get new actors and suddenly you have this like great new actor you've never seen before doing all these great things. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
like one of the greatest actors, you know, and he's passed away of our generation was Chadwick Boseman.
yeah,
For sure.
still
And
sad
like
about that.
if suddenly we were just AIing Chadwick Boseman into everything,
Yeah.
Right.
we're not
if
going
he
to
shows
have
up,
the next Chadwick
if
Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman's ass shows up as like a character in Doomsday, I'm gonna feel a type of way about it. Like that's not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
with
frankly,
that.
what you should have done is just recast him back in the time because like Black Panther's a deeply important character,
Yeah.
and I
It's-
think Chadwick Boseman would have been okay with somebody else playing him. Like I get that it's a touchy subject.
It's not like
but,
we
like,
haven't done that in the MCU already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like Disney killed the guy. Like he had cancer. You know what I mean?
It's such a tough situation though with that because Chadwick meant so much to the cast and crew that it was tough for Ryan Coogler to
Right.
even write that
And, like,
for anyone else.
And you gotta honor that. You do. You have to. I mean, he was a really great actor who died in a really tragic way.
Yeah.
And he was a real life superhero. I get it.
Mhm.
I totally understand that. But that character is also very important, not just to the MCU or Marvel or whatever, but the character is super important to people.
True.
And so for it to be like we finally have a version of Black Panther that we can go to the TV and see, and then his real actor dies, and now the character has to die with him. Like that sucks ass, dude.
Yeah.
And like I hate to tell
I
people,
hear
but we
you.
are mortal. Like we're
Yeah.
not immortal. We don't live forever.
No.
Like things have to come and go.
Yeah.
What have I been eating all these babies for then?
And that's like that's why like I
Danny's
really
a nihilist.
like the closest I am
I'll
to
put a
being
Benny Strauss
okay
on
with any of
board.
it is like James Earl Jones giving his voice for Darth Vader, and I
Yeah.
really think that it shouldn't have been allowed to be used by Epic in
Yeah,
the
can
way
we-
that it was.
Can
Definitely.
we not
like-
get an impersonator? I know for a goddamn fact people can
You
do
can
an
get
impersonator.
an
of James Earl Jones.
impersonator, and like there is like there
Yeah.
you know, but like then they have gotten the characters like and used them in the animation, and like they're never nearly as close. But like that's the closest I am to being okay with it is like when it is
Just a voice, maybe.
a voice.
Yeah.
But like even still, yeah, you're right because you're taking away a voice acting job from
Yeah,
someone.
just getting an impersonator.
just
It's
get
such an iconic voice. Like somebody can do something
Someone can do it,
similar.
yeah.
I guarantee it. I guarantee that that's on like the top 50 most impersonated voices among voice actors. I would guess.
I've seen a few, and they've been quite impressive, I would say. But yeah, you know how people are. Well, it's not the same. You know how they are.
Look, man, I get it, but the man died.
Yeah.
Like it's tragic, but it happened.
We got
Mhm.
like there's actors have died before in the
Will
past
we
that are
never
never
see
going to be the
Wolverine again?
characters they were
Apparently,
again.
we'll never. Yeah, when Hugh Jackman dies, will we never see Wolverine again? Yeah, apparently, because they refuse to recast the fucker.
What did he say in Deadpool? He says he'll be playing until what is that? Till forever.
Oh, I
or
don't remember.
something.
I thought you were talking about the Blade thing. Where
It's
he's like,
so
ain't never gonna be
funny.
another Deadpool or Blade.
Like-
And he was right.
Yeah, and then there was what's his face in Star Wars. Ewan McGregor was like, "I'll never play Obi-Wan again," and then he got divorced,
Yeah.
and then
And he got-
suddenly
then
he
he-
needed money, and he was like,
Yeah.
"I will
Is
be
he-
Obi-Wan
Did
forever."
he get divorced from? Because he's married to.
Never
Or
say
last
never.
I
He is
heard,
married
was married
to
Ramona
the-
Flowers.
Yes, he is
But-
married to and she is also in Star Wars now.
Oh,
Look,
is she?
man.
She plays
man.
Harrison Dula in Ahsoka,
Okay.
the character that was originally from Rebels.
I didn't even watch
um,
Ahsoka yet, by the way. I'm feeling salty about that.
It's okay. It's like a pretty decent. It's like
I-
pretty
I
good, but it's
enjoy-
not. You won't.
I
miss out.
enjoyed it, but it's
Yeah.
more on the mystical side of Star Wars than it is on the
Yeah.
Andor side of Star Wars.
Okay, and Andor.
So-
I still have to watch those, by the way.
Okay, if you haven't watched Andor,
Yeah,
you actually
watch that,
deserve
hey.
to be beaten. in the street.
Hey, Riffas,
Damn.
watch that one first.
Yeah,
You
I've-
did that before.
I've heard
Andor
both
is
seasons were
so
excellent.
good.
I've heard both.
Prioritize Andor.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm behind. I got to catch up. I have a few movies I wanted to watch recently. A few of these Oscar-nominated ones that I didn't check out, like Train Dreams and such. And maybe I haven't watched F1 yet. I got to watch that. But, so
Yeah.
I'll get all of those out of the way.
I have to
Everyone's
watch
white
all the
dad loves
MCU
F1, so I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
go
right.
over well.
But look, let's move to Starfield, fellas, and I'll play the trailer for this. Guess we can play it as we talk. Why not? Where is the transition now? Hold on.
I'm super excited.
There we go. So yeah,
I'm
give me your
so
thoughts on it, then, Crusader. Tell me your excitement. Give me your thoughts.
So it's hard to describe. I really loved the base game Starfield.
Yeah.
I thought that the procedural planets were really dumb,
I agree.
but like when I was spending time in the handcrafted Bethesda environments, with which there was a lot of those, I was having such a blast, especially because it's a type of sci-fi, and I'm a big sci-fi nut. I know you guys are more on the
I
fantasy
love
side.
sci-fi too. No, I'm a sci-fi
Well, maybe it's
fan.
Danny. Danny's more on the not as much. Every time
I
sci-fi
actually-
stuff comes up, he's poo-poo on it. So like,
It's not that I
that's-
don't like sci-fi. It's that so much sci-fi stuff that's been shown off in the last couple years has all looked exactly the fucking same. Like this doesn't, but there's always
it has such a unique art style, and
Yeah.
it's a Fermi paradox style sci-fi story. So it's like, why are there no aliens? Like why has humanity not met aliens?
Yeah, why is
The
there no
only
sentient sentient
Yeah.
alien life that's like talking, right? Yeah.
The only other IP that really even addresses the Fermi paradox in gaming is Dead Space. In fact,
Sure,
Dead Space, like the title Dead Space comes from one of the explanations of the Fermi paradox.
You're throwing me
And
off because there's a D&D podcast I've been listening to lately that is entirely about the Fermi paradox.
yeah,
I
and
was not expecting to hear that come up again. today.
you know, the universe is running out of RAM. Everything repeats, and
For those-
that's not even a joke about the
Nvidia's
RAM
been
again.
buying up all of the RAM for the. For
I was like,
God.
it's supposed to be a joke about RAM again, and that is just like the simulation is running out of memory.
So the
Um,
Fermi paradox, for those that didn't know about it, is the contradiction between like the high probability of ETs, as they would say, extraterrestrial life, and
That's
like
crazy.
the lack of
I
evidence
didn't
for
hear
it.
you typing when you were googling that. Just
Oh
now.
yeah, I was quick about it. I'm getting better at this.
Getting real good. Getting real good.
Yeah, it's why haven't humans met alien life
Right.
when the
Given the
probability is
billions
so
of
high that it
years.
should exist?
Exactly.
Obama said in an interview recently that there are aliens, but we haven't seen them. So I'm just saying, he was president, he would know.
It would make sense, right? It would make
but
sense
like-
that they would have that. Would be alien life.
I mean, why not? Fuck it.
They showed off a lot of really freaking cool stuff in this, like the newer shipbuilding stuff. The new places that we're gonna go to look really cool. The free updates look really cool. The enhancements to like what you can take with you in New Game Plus look really cool. Like I said, I was a big fan of the base game, and I did not like the Shattered Space DLC.
Yeah.
But like everything I'm seeing here, I'm really excited for.
So the Shattered Space was, I felt the way about it at first. I was like, it's okay. But after more time, I'm thinking of it, I was kind of like, it was just okay. It could have been better. But I didn't hate it, but I wasn't blown away by it either. This looks to be much more in depth than that was. A lot more added to it. And I'm loving the thought that you can, the free lanes update, I guess, allows you to travel yourself.
Yes.
In distance
Between
and
planets.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one of
Which
the
I don't-
complaints I had, if you all remember. I talked about the lack
People-
of, like, you forced in this bubble. Like, I didn't like that.
People complain about that. I couldn't have possibly cared less, but like I'm good. I'm happy for all the
I was
all the
bothered by
poo
the
babies.
loading screens within the towns than I was by that.
Yeah, well, and the
Yeah.
loading screens were a problem too.
There's
for
a
sure.
lot of
Those
loading
were bad.
screens. That's the
Yeah.
biggest complaint I
I
had
would've-
about Starfield was
I
that
would
they
have
still hadn't
so
solved that problem.
much faster asked them to get rid of the loading screens inside the cities before letting you travel between planets. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like everything about this makes me really excited to go back and play more.
Nice.
I really enjoyed this game the year it came out. It was for a point in my top 5, and then I replayed some of the games that were around it in my top 5 and realized it should probably be within my top 10 and not my top 5 games.
Sure. I get
But
that.
it definitely is within my top 25 list. Solidly. Solidly within the top 25 list. I love Bethesda games. The only one I don't really like, I'm not the biggest Fallout fan.
I thought you were gonna say Morrowind, because Morrowind's kind of booty right now.
No, I'm not the biggest like of their 3 franchises. This is like I love the Elder Scrolls the most. But like there's nothing like Skyrim and Skyrim's modding community as a whole, and like all of these games are designed like that's the creation engine's point is that it's supposed to be iterated on by not just Bethesda but the community as well, and like I love everything about their games. Like even like the Fallout games, I love them too, but they're just not my cup of tea. But like God, I'm so excited to hop back in Starfield and play.
I've put so much time into Starfield. I have at least, I believe, 400 plus hours.
Yeah, that's more than me.
That's a speed run for you.
That is a speed run for you.
I did so much. You know what's so crazy? Like I remember like the talk around it when the Unity thing. It's been enough time. I'm sorry if you all don't know about the Unity. It's too bad for you. About the Unity situation and going to another universe. And I remember thinking like, surely it can't be that big of a deal until I did it. And then I felt regret because I had lost everything.
Yeah.
And
I'm
my
glad that
ships,
that's one of the
everything
things that
going.
they changed here. Was that you can like carry some items forward with you. I'm sure there was already mods for it, but like it's cool to make it official.
Yeah.
They already made it so you could move like a couple with you, but like now it's a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because that was always a bummer to be like, okay, I'm level 400 and I have this pistol.
And like that was another thing that I really think about Starfield. Did I say Star Wars? I really loved how many freaking different weapons there were in the game.
Yeah.
Decent
and
amount.
how they all felt fairly different.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it was like you'd find something that would feel good, and then like I was like 100 hours in, and suddenly I found like a new type of gun I had never seen before. I started using it. I'm like, what the f is this? This is awesome.
They also felt fairly grounded to the universe, right? It wasn't like, oh, here's this disruptor that will cause a black hole, a small black hole or something. It was like fairly grounded in type of weaponry that you would use, or the evolution of the weaponry that we use, should I say. So I agree with that. One of the things I complained about was like the ship building. I expect on the next Starfield game, they'll have a more robust version of the ship building. It still is solid. It's a solid start, obviously, but I want them to make it more where it looks less Lego-y and much more like it's an actual asset in the game. If we had to talk about like as far as the generated maps and stuff like that, I didn't care for that as much.
They would move away from that
That was
entirely.
a bad idea. I think that's because that's one of the things Todd has said, I think fairly recently about Elder Scrolls 6, is he's like, it's going to be a more traditional Bethesda game. And I'm pretty sure what he means by that is like,
handcrafted.
The procedural generating the entire fucking galaxy didn't work out for us.
Right.
So I'm sure they'll use some amount of generation for like the topography or something.
So they always do.
But,
they all, like anyone who makes an open world game does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, they're going to go through the map and be like, oh, I think a dungeon would fit, like, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, cause and I guarantee that like they'll use the procedural generation techniques that they had here to do like the formations of like a bandit camp, and then go in and like completely like make it feel handmade. Because again, that is a technique that like developers use to fill out their open worlds in general. And like I will say that like the actual like procedural generated like camps, like they were too far apart in the planets. Like the planets felt empty because like of course they were fucking empty. Fucking no one lives on these, like they're desert moons and like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like when you got to one of the procedural like points of interest, they were always fairly diverse. Like they had a pretty good like system going there. It just wasn't like contextually within like the full game what the game needed.
Right.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
But man, like some of the quest lines in this game were so cool.
Yeah.
Like the faction quest lines in this were some of their best in my opinion.
I like the faction quest. One that I like that probably the most is when you are in a later mission, and it's a time disruption, and you're like paradox when you're like going through.
Sure.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
I love that one. That one I thought was very creative.
I do think it's really funny that guy. Well, I think he can die, but like if you save him, then he just like goes to a bar on the main planet, and he just sits there until you recruit him as a crew member.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, man, you've been through some shit, and now you're just hanging out. It's not. I don't think it's even a bar. It's like a cafe. It's like a coffee shop or something.
Yeah.
That happens with a lot of Bethesda
Like, what?
NPCs in their games.
Yeah,
Like
it's weird.
like it's
It
funny.
happens in Chrono Cross too. Not to throw it back to that, but whenever you recruit somebody, if you don't add them to your party immediately, they're like, "All right, I guess I'll just stand here forever in the middle of this field. If you ever come back here again, and I'm not in your party,
They
I'll be
guilt trip
standing
you
here."
into picking them up. I guess I'll just stay here until somebody
which-
needs me.
For the first like 2 or 3 works, but when you're on party member 43, you're like, I'm good. I'm okay.
Sure, I'm
Go-
sure
go
somebody
chill
could
in
use my
catering, bro.
talents.
No, we're good.
But let me read a bit of this. Shout out to my brother Idle Sloth. So for the update here for the free lanes in Terran Armada, you have obviously it's coming to PS5. Its story DLC is the Terran Armada. We have the added ability to freely fly between planets. You have cruise mode where we can decorate our ship, chat with companions, etc. while chatting. While traveling, should I say, and change destination on the fly. We have new space encounters, X-Tech, new resource to upgrade weapons, gear, etc. even further. New legendary rank for weapons, helmets, packs, and suits. New quality tiers, ship optimization terminals, upgrade starborn abilities without needing new game plus. Quantum entanglement device. Is that the Jada Pinkett device, the quantum entanglement?
So queds are basically they're based on particles that are quantumly linked. So like two devices are linked directly to each other. I don't know exactly what it'll be like in game, but
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say.
what it-
I
that's
was
what
like,
it-
"That's great, man. That's not what I was wondering. That wasn't the question I
In
had."
Mass Effect, they use the concept of a qued to do communication between 2 points with 0 loss in signal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
they have,
like, yeah, I don't know what it means in the context of this. It'll be cool. It'll be cool sci-fi bullshit.
We'll see. We have also, they have what they call the Anchor Point station, which is a new star station with vendors and quests. You have new ship modules, upgraded module slots, Colony War Action Hero collectibles, which is a nice little cool touch.
Yeah,
It's
I do want to
right?
do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like a little collectible.
I do
Hey,
too.
on an unrelated note,
Yeah.
Nerd says that the screen is looking weird and we're cut off from view. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Uh-oh. Let me see.
Oh yeah, our talking voices are not on the screen.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. But do you see you can see the
Yeah,
actual gameplay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the trailer, but yeah.
Yeah, for nerds with this screen here, I always put it so you can just see the trailers and not us in the way of it. I might need to come up with a different view at one point to do both. Well, I have one, but it doesn't display the video good enough for me. I have to work on one. But even this one is not sized the way I would like it. What else? More planetary POIs, new elite crew, new side quests, new moon jumper land vehicle we saw in action, which is funny because they have mods out and people made one already well before this. Like, it was well before this they made one. But they have an official
I don't know,
one.
I truthfully don't know how useful a vehicle on these planets would be for me. Because, like, the way I was playing these games, I was not driving around on these empty-ass planets. Like, I just wasn't doing it.
I feel you.
So.
I did it for a while, then I was like, okay. this is the same thing over and over. It got kind of.
I was like, I get it. Unless I'm going directly to a map marker that I am going to for either a quest or something specific like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just like wandering around out here. Like I didn't even do the
Yep.
Hey, run around on this planet and scan all the Pokemon or whatever the fuck.
There was vehicles added to the game a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is a new type.
Yeah, and the mods,
like
too hit them, like I said.
Yeah, the mods added them fairly quickly, and then Bethesda added them like a year ago.
Yeah,
at least.
That's true. It did. I forgot about that.
It's just a new type. It's a new type of thing.
Right.
Wasn't there like a little flying pod thing? Did I see that somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's the.
All I know is I'm excited for
the
expansion.
So.
I'm excited for more story stuff.
It's funny because like Starfield has both. It's odd to me. I look at their faces here, and they do look kind of just there. But when you look at like the other aspects, the guns, the ships, and the like visuals around all of that, it looks so good compared to everything else. They really nailed that part of it. It's just the faces look so odd and like mundane. Like, look how good that looks. That looks really good.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's actually not even really the character models. It's really more Bethesda's shader system. Yeah. Because if you install community shaders, which doesn't change the models at all, but like one of the community shader overhauls, it will like completely just fix like a lot of the rendering stuff. Like, and this has been true since like Skyrim. Yeah. It's been something that they've really needed to rip out and redo is their shader system.
I'm with you. But they have this asteroid base home now. We can purchase a very ritzy asteroid base home. The PS5 version includes every update released so far. I believe it's $50 now for everything.
Yep.
The DualSense support. They have adaptive triggers unique to weapon ships, light bar, touchpad shortcuts. Premium edition, by the way, is $70 for the Terran Armada is $10. Yeah, and so there we go. That's the technical Starfield 2.0 that was rumored for so long, right? Not quite a 2.0, but you get it. And let's move to the major topic because we are getting toward that time.
Yeah.
We've covered all the main topics we want us to get to for sure. Let me pull this up. And NVIDIA.
Yeah, I thought the stream broke for a second there because you paused and I was like, what? And then I was trying to make sure that I was live, and then like my mouse was like, I thought my mouse was moving, and it was you moving the bar because it was lining up perfectly where my bar is.
Mute that. There we go. So, can I put this thing on repeat? I'll have to go to that. Anywho, let me. I guess it would be best to read up the actual announcement from NVIDIA themselves. Let me find that really quick. Okay, there we go. All right, NVIDIA Dlss S5 delivers AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity for games. Dlss S5 infuses pixels with photoreal lighting and materials to bridge the gap between rendering and reality. And we were speaking of faces for Starfield. This one is still a stunner for me. Wow.
Yeah, until it starts moving.
Like, even when it moves, it looks good. Like,
oh, no.
Look at that to that.
It looks like a demon trying to escape a flesh prison.
This is like one of the two shots. This is genuinely one of the two shots where I'm like, it does look better than before. It's her, and then there's another shot, and it's both because they're already in a well-lit room where it doesn't look like she's an Instagram model.
Yeah.
Like you go to the next like this is the shot in Starfield where I'm like, okay, this is an improvement, and then you go to the next shot, and wait for it.
I was gonna say that looks pretty good too.
His face that lit up? Where is that light?
Yeah, where did that light come from? Why does he look like that? Why is his face stretching like it's made out of rubber?
It looks like he has an Elgato key light shining straight on him from behind the camera.
It is particularly bright. I'll give him that. But I will say, still, even beyond the lighting part of it being too bright, maybe, I still stand by how great it looks as far as in terms of realism. I think the lighting problem is a problem, though. It's too bright. It's considering they're in the mine right here. You're right.
Every scene looks too bright. The only ones that don't look too bright are the ones where they're in extremely already well lit rooms.
Yeah.
That is the biggest problem of all of this.
They got to
Like,
iron that out for sure. That part has to be ironed out.
Everything looks too bright.
And
like
then, there is this too. Let me go back to it. So there's
Leon
the
the
one I used
Sex
for the cover
Kennedy.
here.
Is it her or is it Leon?
Oh god, she looks fucking terrible.
This-
after.
I don't know
I
why.
like it, but because Hogwarts has a kind of stylized look to the characters
Yeah.
anyway. But
They aged this woman 150
she,
years.
I don't.
she did
don't
get a lot of
know.
wrinkles in her face.
This was the artist's intention, and then the artist went online and said, "No, the fuck, it wasn't."
Yeah, I don't know why they picked Hogwarts Legacy for this.
Yeah.
For the life of me, because that's not it's a very detailed game. It is a
is.
very good-looking game.
It is. I agree.
Photorealistic is not what it is. It is hyper stylized detail.
Agreed.
So this is such a weird choice to me for picking this game to apply this to.
Yeah, Hogwarts. I agree with you. I feel like even when I saw it in Assassin's Creed Shadows looked phenomenal. If you all have not seen that, I've played on the 4080 Super. That world is incredible. The Anvil engine, it gave me pause on the Unreal Engine. That's how great it looks, and the character models in it are really great looking too.
I still have the extreme problem that it is
This is an imposter.
technically lighting the world better, but why does it look like a fog lamp is lighting the world better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing is they keep in all of the outdoor scenes. It ends up making it look way fucking worse because it takes away all of the real lighting, realistic lighting, and instead makes it look like they're filming the whole thing on what's it called? Not the sound. Is it the sound? No, what is it called?
What's that one?
They used it originally for the
what you're talking
Batman,
about.
and then everyone started using it for the Star Wars shows.
My big
What's
thing
that
is
thing
it just drowns out the color in the outdoor spaces.
Yeah, it just makes it look
Oblivion
it's
is
not.
I can see the argument. If someone wants to tell me they think the Assassin's Creed one looks better, I'm gonna disagree with you, but I'm not. I don't think you're crazy.
I can see moments of it where parts of it, for instance, in the trees, you could see more actual. You could see the individual trees into it before. Before it was darker, you couldn't quite see the differentiation.
And I don't because I'm that's better. I actually think that looks better. That there's that the forest looks thick and you can't see through it. I think that's a very nice, a very cool stylized choice.
Yeah.
But then there's that rooftop in the bottom left-hand corner of the Assassin's Creed one that goes from looking you can see the colors on it, and maybe it is more shadowed than it should be. But then when the light is on it, it suddenly looks metallic and super shiny.
Yeah.
And it's what does it do? I can't believe this was the state that they wanted to show this in. Because if you look at the tone map corrected versions of this that someone did on Reddit,
yeah, let me pull that up.
It looks impressive. The difference in lighting still looks impressive.
Yeah,
but
it
the
looks better
colors
than,
are fixed.
Let me actually
it
have
looks
that
better
pulled
than the
up. Let me
DLSS
grab
5
that.
stuff. But it's when they put up those 3 images next to each other, I think every single one of them, I'd have to see them again to know for sure.
You're still gonna pick the one on the furthest left.
In every single situation, I look at it and I'm like, the best thing you could have done is nothing. The second best thing you could have done is very little.
Right.
We were fine. You didn't need to make it look like vomit.
Here it is.
Because
Oh, crap.
worst example in this whole thing is the
Grace.
goddamn.
Gotta be
No,
Grace.
No. It's the kid from Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, sure.
That's the actual one I pulled up too. Let me switch to that
The
one second.
kid in Hogwarts Legacy.
They make the kid
Him
look old.
40.
I still think Grace looks worse because they just turn her into a different character. She's just a
I
different
think they
human being.
turned him into a different character, man.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
yeah, both of them, but I think Grace especially.
and it's so funny because people are like, oh, but Grace's actor or actress in real life has her roots like that. But then you look at the life-size model of Grace that they have at Capcom's fucking headquarters,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have the roots,
And
and
she ain't
she's
got all
being
that.
lit naturally, and it's like,
Yeah. They decided that the hair color that the AI decided that the hair color that Grace shares with her mother is not natural.
is not, yeah.
Even though we see her with it
Like,
as an actual fucking baby.
and
Well,
are you bringing something up on the screen?
I was going to say, well, to be fair, was that really her mother? Anyway.
Oh, it might not have been. Yeah, it wasn't her
Yeah.
mother, but we see her as a baby, and she already has that hair. They're not dyeing the kid's hair at 6 months.
There it is.
Yeah, man. Like,
That's actual duty poo poo.
So
the DLSS 5 one there is a travesty.
That's crazy.
Like on the right, man. Like, what are they doing to my boy?
Where's the
He's
light?
no longer 15.
he looks a bit. He very much looks older. That's clear because when you add too much lights into the wrinkles, it starts to make him look older.
And it's also doing some things where it's trying, like, again, you're applying photorealism to a game that's not intended to be. Like, there's a reason why his skin looks flat, and it's part of the style of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly it's trying to impose on the texture, like, pores that aren't there, and, like, detail on his lips that aren't there.
Yeah,
And adding color to his lips that's not there. Because because it's lighting it has to add color. And it just doesn't look right.
I don't get past the point where it gives him eyeliner and lipstick. That's an interesting choice where the AI said, you know, it would be great. What if this 15-year-old from like olden times, whenever the fuck this game takes place, woke up in the morning and was like, you know what? My lips ain't popping. I need that gloss, baby.
And like, because this AI, we don't know what it's been trained against. In my opinion, based on how it's translating the 2D image with the motion vectors, it almost looks like it was trained on literally every type of image and video and game imaginable. That it's not just games that's doing. And realistically, if it's trying to impose realistic lighting, it wouldn't be trained on games because games don't have realistic lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only one that even remotely does, like, truly is probably Death Stranding 2.
So there are a few things.
And Kojima made the fucking fun of this shit so hard.
There's a few things on this. Now, I will say, despite that this made him look older, it still, to me, looks good in the terms of it looks realistic. Although, again, I agree with you that Hogwarts Legacy was the one
games to look realistic.
I want some of my games to. I want some of them to look realistic.
This game's not supposed to.
But that's my point. Hogwarts doesn't necessarily need it because it's a stylized game. So this is unneeded here, but it's just an example, right? It's an example to say, hey, look what it can actually do as far as lighting and things like that. You look at the hair, for instance. The hair on the DLSS 5 looks excellent. When you look at even the eyes, they look brighter in the parts of the white. I forgot what they call that area. The iris, not the iris. It's the iris. Yeah. So, like, it's clearly look at the tweaked and then look at the original dim. So that looks good. But then, of course, when you get to this area here, now it looks like you got a 5 o'clock shadow. You know, the lips are, like you said, a little more pinker.
They look like he got punched in the nose.
Yeah, a little bit, because it's a little darker there with the shadows and such.
Well, and it's like red.
His hair's got a weird ghost halo around the entire left side of it. No, yeah, it looks great. It looks awesome. They did a great job.
You say a ghost halo? I don't see the ghost halo.
You don't see that up at the top?
Where at?
Look at where the hair parts, and then follow that
This
line.
right here?
No.
Oh.
Yes, sorry. Your cursor was behind the lag.
Oh. Yeah, no, this is his hair, though. You can see that's still the hair.
It's supposed to be the hair, but that's not what hair does.
Well, it's the strands, though, because even if you go to the other images, it's still there. Like, even the original is there.
The one that's ghosting up on the top?
Yeah, see, even if you go to original, it's still right there. See,
and did it fix it?
It didn't fix it, so to speak, but I think that goes to its point, that it's not exactly, because their claim is that it's not exactly putting some AI filter, because that's the thing that people are running with. Oh, it's an AI filter, but they're pointing out
what it is. It is an AI
but
filter.
He said it's not, and then he perfectly describes a filter.
But they pointed it out, though.
What Jensen said is that, like, he says it's not this thing, and then he describes this thing.
So what I've read up on it, and it says that it's deterministic, right? So that means that that these developers can input data like the color buffers. They can put the motion vectors, depth data,
all
these different things.
Sliders they can adjust.
Well, that's some of it they're telling us, right? So the AI model it's going to produce exactly what they're saying every time, right? So it's not like it's like
that's not what it's saying at all, Umbra.
Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me finish. Because deterministic is not the same as a what's the word? A predictable, a probability kind of AI model, like a Chat GPT or diffuser, right? Like a stable diffusion.
Right.
When they do that and you
Sure.
input those things, you get different results.
Correct.
This
Correct.
right here gives you the same result every time. That's what they're
It
saying.
gives you the same result every time, and they can slightly adjust that result with some sliders.
Right. So that's why this is deterministic. Is different. So
Correct.
So for that reason,
correct.
For that reason, I like that a lot. What the problem is that, and this is early, right? So I don't want to judge it either. Like, oh, get this out of here. I feel like
If they didn't want to judge, they shouldn't have shown
They
it.
shouldn't have shown it.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not a matter of judge as far as you can say you like it or not. I'm talking about getting rid of it because some people are like, and I do want to bring that up too. It's some people. Let me go to some other images, by the way, since we're looking at this. Okay, so that's his. Where is it at?
Bring up the one with Claire,
That's
if you would.
that's his with the
Yeah.
too brightness,
Oh, we
too
don't
much
have one with
brightness right there with his
Judy
face.
Grace? Who's Claire?
Yeah, like
He-
genuinely,
he
this
looks
is,
good
this
on the
is-
middle one for sure right here. I
The
agree.
middle one does look better. I will give the middle one does look better than the
middle
one
one
on the
is
left.
definitely
okay,
where it should have landed.
But it still has that effect where it's like, and I think I was having such a hard time describing what looks so weird about it, and then my friend pointed it out to me that what it looks like is it's just the new version of like when in old games they would take a photo of a human's face and just stick it on a polygon. That's what this looks like.
like the
that
64
looks like
games.
a real face. That looks like a real face
Yeah.
stretched over a fake body. It doesn't work.
You're saying
It
like a
looks
Nintendo
somebody's
64
wearing-
wrestling game, basically.
It looks like somebody's wearing a morph suit of a different actor. Like it doesn't move right when he moves. It doesn't look
Yeah,
right on his body.
You know
It's
what?
stretched
You know what though? I
weird.
think that's because of they didn't use like motion capture for these people in Starfield. I think that's part of the problem.
But it looks the same way in
But-
all of them.
or at least their
Yeah,
morphing
so-
of their mouths are different. I think.
The
So-
worst example is Grace, and I think she does have motion capture.
I think
So
Grace
the-
looks excellent though.
I think Grace looks
Nah,
like she's about to
I
tell me that
think-
her
Oh, they got
DM
a
is
close-up.
lovely.
Second work is looking one.
Here,
Uh,
to me, I will
Danny.
agree that this looks a little off-putting here. To your point, Danny,
Yeah.
it looks like that, like you said, it's stretched over that. This looks right here in the middle. Right here is about right. It's not too dark. It looks
I
realistic
still-
enough. This one is a little
And-
odd.
But yeah, back to the deterministic part. They're like they have full control over this, except they don't because it only comes from one data set. They can't train their own data set to get results they want. They have to. As a single data set, it comes from NVIDIA. So you're only going to ever get one possible output. Like you can't train a different data set from like your own company's games and from
Well,
footage you
for
want it
now,
to look
right?
like.
For now,
No,
but I'm sure they'll
like,
eventually adapt to more
NVIDIA's
of that.
never going to let people use their own proprietary stuff to train.
I don't
It's
know
always,
about that.
It's only ever going to be trained within NVIDIA. No, because that's
and the
big.
reason I'll say
that's
this,
if
I
you
don't
lose
necessarily
your-
believe that because for one, they're working with these. They've already partnered up with them. So if they're partnering with them, the other partner has to have some type of input. I'm pretty sure they'll be like, "Hey, we want this
you
asset
are-
put into it."
Like, no one has ever helped them train DLSS. Like any of the other versions.
But
And,
they-
like DLSS completely AI from the start, right? No one has ever helped them. Has ever like had their own model that they can use instead of NVIDIA's model. Like the model is always going to be proprietary to NVIDIA. The same as ChatGPT's model and how it has been trained. Like you're not going to be able to use their AI agents with a separate model. This is only ever going to use NVIDIA's proprietarily trained model.
Yeah, but
Now,
that's
they
not the point
offer
I was
more-
making. I'm saying that they might just use their model, but you're saying that they won't take anyone's input into what
No,
they're
no,
going to
no, no.
add to that.
I'm saying
that I'm not sure
because
of.
you're not understanding. The data set that this is trained on to create the output is only ever going to be NVIDIA's data set. NVIDIA will offer more controls and stuff, but you're never going to be able to say that like the output, the base output that I'm getting is bad. I'd like to use a different data set within this tool. Like that's never going to happen.
Why do you think that?
What do you mean? Why do I think that?
It's a very direct question. Why do you think that? Why do you think that NVIDIA won't hear input and say, okay, we're going to add this or we're going to change that?
So they'll change things, but it's only ever going to be with NVIDIA's data. That's how these models
Why would
work.
that matter though? If they're saying that,
if they open it up, they lose their trade secrets.
Right.
okay, so let's say that my point of it is,
let me jump in here.
Companies in the world.
The thing
but that's
is,
my point. So if they're doing that, they're still going to the input of what the developers ask, right?
If they're using the same data set for everything, then every company that uses this thing is going to have the exact same faces on their characters.
Yeah, like the outputs are all going to converge. And that's the problem. And like that's why I think some companies are not going to like this, because the outputs are all going to slowly converge to making games look the same.
The devs of the games that they showed off here already fucking hate it.
Yeah, they'll have the ability to move sliders and things like that.
Pretty much all.
No, we haven't heard enough to say how many have said that. By the way,
and
the reason why we know goes back to the point he just made, where NVIDIA is not going to have too many people on it. So we know that not many people are even seeing it. Even the Insider Gaming article pointed that out.
I mean, they're seeing it. It's online.
No,
like,
I'm talking about
like,
beforehand. I'm saying they were privy to it.
But that's part of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I can agree it's a bit of the problem not to, but at the same time, you're NVIDIA, like he said, you're not going to have anybody else going out there to see it where they can spoil the secret, right, of what you got coming out.
Sure.
So there is that.
If someone spoiled the secret of this for them, they could have probably saved themselves from putting out this dog shit presentation.
I don't think it was dog shit though, and that's where I disagree. I just disagree. I don't think it was dog shit.
Because it's pretty bad.
I think much of the reaction is less about, oh, this looks bad. Not saying you guys. I think it's less about this looks bad, and they shouldn't have done it. It's more, oh, it's AI. I don't like AI, and it's going to cost jobs and such, which is a very real concern. I understand it.
Sure.
And we just talked about the Val Kilmer thing, right? We understand it. I'm not oblivious, but I think most of this fear and most of the trepidation and anger and all of that is coming directly from, and I say this from having people who came to my tweet and were like, oh, you call me, R word. I'm not gonna say the rest. You know what I mean? All these other things, and it's like, just because I said I like the way this looks, that makes you jump in ire like that. And so I think some people are being dishonest. I know that I believe you guys. I know where you're coming from. And to your point, even to you, Crusader, you're not like, oh, all of it is terrible. Even you, Danny, you're acknowledging some of this looks good. Some people are like, oh, it's just pure AI slop. Some people are not giving it any credence on anything looking good. They're not saying, hey, this could be worked out to be better and tweaked. Nothing.
I very strongly also agree that this is for sure AI slop. And the reason that I say that is because, I mean, I don't know these Hogwarts Legacy characters, so I don't really, I'm not sure.
Yeah. The
first thing of this I saw was that picture of Grace, and it just fully turns her into a different character.
Let me pull that up.
Grace is because the AI is too fucking stupid to know who this character is, because the people who wrote who she is didn't have any input in it, at least in this showing of it, right?
Well, also the
AI doesn't know that Grace is a fucking neurodivergent, sweaty nerd who's like a Discord mod, and they went, you know what? I think that on the day that she's going to investigate the place where her mom died, she's gonna put on an inch-thick cake of makeup and lip fillers.
I see you too listen to Alexander Battaglia.
Like, I don't know who that is actually. Who is that?
Talk about that. He's the so Digital Foundry put out their second video, and we'll talk about that more in a second, I assume. Yeah. But Alex wasn't able to give his opinion in the first video. In fact, he didn't know that they were putting out the video in the way that they were putting the original one out. Same with John Linneman.
I don't know.
And Alex was like, none of this makes sense in the scene. He's like, the technology is cool, but like, my God, does none of it make sense in the scene?
Is he the older guy, or is he the?
He is the PC specific one. Like he is the hardcore PC specific one.
But what does he look like?
I'll get you a picture in a second. Okay. But let me finish my thought before he and he was bringing up excellent points that like this AI was trained on video and on things to make realistic lighting, but it doesn't have access to the like the source models. It doesn't have access to
It's just kind of guessing.
It
and
is what it's doing is
transposing a picture of a different woman between you and her. You
what it's
posted
doing
this,
is
and you were like, "Look, it looks just like her." Those are different women.
That absolutely looks like her.
Those are different human beings.
No, sir.
What
That
the-
looks
I'm with Danny.
that looks completely like her right there.
But
looks-
technologically, what
that looks,
DLSS is doing
Yeah.
is it is looking at the flat 2D image. It actually doesn't see anything in 3D. And it has motion vectors as to
That makes
where
sense, actually.
the things are going to move next, and it has to predict using the image as to what to change about it. It doesn't know where light sources are. It has to guess based on variances in the existing color and things like that. And that's why it does really weird things. And it does better the closer up the asset is. Like there's shots of Grace later where it's like it's in a almost like a cutscene, and it's
That one
zoomed
does
in
look
on
a
her
little
face,
better.
and
That
it
looks
looks
excellent.
way better
Yeah.
because it has more detail
then,
to
like,
go off of.
That looks really good.
At that
I
point,
agree.
like, what's the point? Like, what? Well, I don't even understand what the point of this tech is. But in terms of like for us, because does it look better? Sometimes, maybe in certain situations, if it doesn't fuck up, then maybe it does sometimes. But then you get to the point of it, and you're like, all I can think when I see this is like, oh, Nvidia is fucking desperate to make their investors think that AI still will make money.
Okay, and I agree
They
with
are
that because
desperate
that's the
to
only
prove to
reason.
shareholders.
That's the only reason this would be released, because this is the first time a DLSS thing since DLSS 1 has been announced this early before it launching, because they're not even confident it's going to launch this fall.
They're talking about it, and they're like, we're pretty sure we can get it running on 15090 by fall.
Yeah,
and it's like it's not. But like you have a system right now that cannot run on a single $4,000 or $5,000 card.
Yeah.
Who's gonna?
We gotta
put this out in fall. Who's gonna have access?
We
to
gotta
it?
boil some of these oceans to get this right. If we have to boil y'all oceans to get this right, I'm sorry.
The ocean. What about my bank account? I can't spend $8,000 to turn Grace into
plus all the power you're gonna be spending.
Sex bot.
Listen. Oh, see, look, E-Ranks is on my side. These two look pretty similar. This looks like her to me. Now,
so
I'll show you. I want to show you all the actual model. If I can find it.
I want you to pull her up. I want you to pull her up versus
the in-game model.
Grace looks like in the
game.
Let
me find it really quick.
Because and that's something very important that like Gene Park has brought up, because Gene Park hates this too, and he's like,
does he? Or is he only saying it because the crowd is saying it?
The character's based on the actress, but the character is their own character.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, the fact that it doesn't 100% look like the actress in the game as it is right now is fine. Like,
fine is not the argument, though. We're not. The argument isn't. Is it fine, right? And I think that makes it like, well, it's fine the way it is. It's the same argument we've had when we point to, I would like this put into a Bethesda game. Remember that?
Sure,
and they were like, yeah, but then it wouldn't be a Bethesda. That's the argument. And that's
I'm
the
also
same.
going to argue, is photorealism actually a good thing for video games?
I think it is for not all games. I think for not all games, but I think if you're going to a photorealistic type of world, if I'm going to a Skyrim, yeah, photorealism would be nice there. If I'm going to, it doesn't need to be every game, but
But what would this do? Because, I mean, we're just gonna disagree on whether or not this Grace looks good. I think that looks like that looks like she's about to tell me her DMs are lonely and try and get me to sign up for. To try and get me to.
Let me find that other image while we do that.
But what I want to know is like, what would this technology do to something that doesn't exist in the real world? Like, what would this do to the girl from Resident Evil, right? The monster, because it's not. What's the fuck's it gonna know? It's not gonna know what that is.
But no,
what a human woman is.
No, because it's not just applying a filter on things. They have to say, hey,
but it is.
We want this on this. No, I'm saying like in the sense of it's not just anything it looks at that the filter is on it. They have to literally program that on that and say this is what we want to map over this character.
What? So then you're gonna have sex bot Grace and like 420p girl. Like what are we?
One of the things
not gonna happen.
Is for it to be able to exclude humans. That's one of the biggest requests that developers have publicly. Because that's not possible right now.
Here's the other image here, right? This is the in-game to the left and DLSS 5 on the right. Now,
because like
When you zoom in this far and make it really blurry,
It's the only thing I could do. I unfortunately I didn't want to do that, but it was okay. Let me see if I can.
It still brings up a lot of questions, like,
no,
hey, why did she use such a heavy pencil on her eyebrows on the day she was going to her mother's murder
why
site?
did her lips?
Well, why can't she get dolled up while she goes out?
Because that's not who the character is.
Truly,
she's a shut-in FBI agent.
But see,
she's super nervous because like I've seen the beginning of this game. I don't know how many times.
She can't even talk.
She's
very.
She stutters throughout the whole damn game.
She's putting lip filler in. Come on.
Yeah. Now when you say it like that, that's true. She does stutter throughout the whole thing. Like trying to put on lip filler. She's like and putting on makeup. That's funny. That's funny.
Because it isn't a basic filter. Like it's not just like a basic Snapchat filter. It's a very advanced filter. Like it is like going through the image and altering the image to a predefined set of values that NVIDIA's decided that can be slightly tweaked by the company.
They do,
because it's so funny that they say that the company has full control, and then they list the control they have, and there's like no control.
Well, they do point out, though, it's not changing any geometry and things like that. It's very clear that is still intact.
Look at the shape of her eye.
Change geometry.
It changed as far as the mapping of it, but it didn't change the geometry. Like her hair and everything is still in the same place. Her eyebrows, everything on the same place. Her nose and mouth, all of that is still in the same area. It's just the mapping over it is making it look different.
Changing the textures fairly.
Textures are different. Obviously, the skin. What they call that? It's a name for it.
It's a material.
But what's the name for it, though? It's like a skin scattering of the light that hits your skin.
And it's just, like, I have to ask, at what point does the chase of photorealism destroy the concept of
artistic vision?
Like, artistic, not just vision, but, like, how do I, like, the best way I can describe this is the lightsaber scene in Rogue One, where Darth Vader aura farms on everyone, right? He acted like it's completely dark. Then you hear his breathing turn on. Then he activates the lightsaber and it glows red.
Wait, are you saying you didn't like that? Wait, time out.
No. I'm saying I love
any
that.
fucking sense that he would do
the
it.
thing is,
I mean, it's fine. Like I understand why people think it's cool, but no.
Right.
You think Anakin Skywalker is like, hey, check this out.
Yes,
no.
I genuinely believe that Anakin Skywalker is coming out in aura farm.
So you telling me he can't go aura farm now? Then that's what you're trying to tell me?
I'm telling you. New Hope Darth Vader would never.
Let me finish. Let me finish my thought though, because that scene, right, when he's activating the lightsaber and it makes the whole room glow red.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the natural light coming off of, like, the lightsaber. Like, even superimposed. The way they got that effect to work was by putting in a whole bunch of extra red lights around the room.
Yeah.
But it was effective. I think that's effective storytelling.
No. Hear me out. That's... You try to apply... Like, you have that, and then you try to apply, let's say you do that same equivalent in a video game to, like, have that really kind of cool, crazy effect with, like, the extra red light. You then try to apply a realism filter to that, and you're going to ruin that scene. Fundamentally ruin that scene, because there's way more light. There are way more lights in that room, and you are going to cause if you turned on, like, pure path tracing in that room, you would way overblow out the lighting in that room.
But that's the thing,
based on how stuff is normally designed. And that's why, like, this should not be applied to a lot of old games.
But that's the point, though. So the thing that this is why I say, like, the whole thought. There's a saying, Kei Asante and Everborn uses it often. It's that don't let the how does it say it? Let me think on that before I screw it up. The thing I was going to say is that this is early. So all of this stuff, I would imagine that
that's not something that's fixable, though.
Yeah,
that's
not my fault.
I don't know if it's not fixable. I wouldn't say if it's not or not. But this is my point. This is early. So early tech and like this, all that has to be ironed out. It's the same. It's no different than any other creation. So I fully expect that this is going to be a prime thing of gaming development going forward at some point. Now I don't know how soon it'll be. Maybe it'll be implemented years later. But this is not suddenly like they're going to cancel this and not do it. Like this is going to happen. So how are they going to make it better is the question. But that's why I say critiquing is fine. I'm not against that. But I think people are not even critiquing. People are just like, nope, get rid of it, right?
Well,
and
and
again,
I
I
think
know
that
where it's
there-
coming from, but that's what they're doing now.
The
there
best
should
thing to
be
do.
a subset of people. If
I mean,
people
yeah.
are truly against Gen AI in art, right?
But
There is no salvaging this.
if that was their argument,
If
then they
you
wouldn't be
are
using other
genuinely
generative
against Gen
AI.
in art, there is no realm where
But
this is
people are
acceptable.
hypocrites if that's the case, though, Crusader, because we use generative AI in everything else right now. You know it. FSR. Right now, people using DLSS
Yeah, but it's not
4.5.
actually changing the art.
Yeah,
it is
it's
just
generative,
changing
though.
the resolution.
But you're talking about the generative 5.0, excuse me, 5
That's
right here, not 5.0.
Yeah, that's not.
But this one
Correct.
right here, 5, actually helps with the resolution too, and it actually
Correct.
offsets a lot of
We
the
don't know that we can
visuals for
separate
it.
it.
Yeah,
We don't know
But
that we
then
can separate those two things.
but that's what I'm
In fact,
saying. Like,
NVIDIA's basically signaling that you can't separate the frame generation from this right now,
this.
and that's bad. That's really bad.
I didn't see
because
that
you have taken,
that part, and he mentioned
You have
that.
taken
Where did you see that
the.
part?
Because normally when they announce one of these new features that's an add-on for DLSS,
Yeah.
they tell you it's an add-on. But at this point, they're telling you if you don't want this, just turn off DLSS 5.
Oh, so you're saying it's
And-
all or
and,
nothing?
like-
is what it sounds like. Basically.
And again, that's
guess
a
so.
massive problem because it sounds like they're trying to staple on this new thing to get to prove shareholder value that like
exactly,
it can
and
work.
that brings us back to the shareholder
Yeah.
thing. They're looking at was it not Oculus? Oracle having to lay off like half their staff because the banks are done with AI. They're looking at
Yeah.
Microsoft getting devalued $500 billion because their shareholders are done with AI. And they're like, God damn, all we have right now is AI. We
Yeah,
have
'cause-
to try and make people think that this is going to be good.
And
then
the
they
biggest,
put this out, and the internet reaction was like, no.
No.
like,
and like a huge problem with this is, A, it doesn't work on all NVIDIA products. It only works
No.
on 50 series and up,
Yeah.
which means in the entire life cycle of the Switch 2, this will never work on it in any form. Whether or not they can whether or not they can get it to run on the lowest thing, it doesn't work on the architecture. It
Not
does
to
not work on
mention-
the 30 series architecture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not to
it's
mention
on a 50
any,
series and
any
up.
computer
Yeah.
or console that's using AMD shit wouldn't be able to use this. So
Right.
then it adds a whole nother question.
But they
of,
have
like,
their own coming up.
so
though.
then-
FSR Diamond.
but then it's like, so then what's the point of a developer even doing this if it's like, well, I'm gonna have to make both versions? Like, you're just making more work for people.
Well, that's kind of
Yeah.
how they do it
This
now
extra
anyway.
feature.
AMD has their own architecture, such as as well. So
Yeah,
FSR
but this
Diamond.
is a dramatic
time to
difference.
make-
This is not.
No, but
The time
like-
to
what
make
I'm saying though is
FSR and
FSR
DLSS
Diamond
work.
is doing the exact same thing. That's rumored that they're going to have something very similar to
Okay,
this.
you just use it's doing the exact same thing.
I don't want
and
to
then
say
you use
it's
the
doing
word rumored.
exact. I want to say it's
and-
rumored to be doing the exact same thing, which is
And-
and so early adapters always. By the way, I found out the quote. It was, "Don't let perfect be the enemy of good." And so I feel like when some of this we're saying here, it's like, yeah, but the lighting shouldn't be this dramatic. Sure.
Right.
However,
But I would argue
they will get
I would
that
argue
nailed
that it's-
down. Is what I would point out.
I would argue this
eventually.
is so bad
They
that
might.
they should not have shown it yet.
Maybe
they-
that's fair.
They might be able to make this not suck ass at some point.
Yeah.
But right now, when
Yeah.
I look at Grace, when I look at that old lady, when I look at that kid from Hogwarts,
Yeah.
it feels like I am Thelma and Louising into the fucking uncanny.
Well,
valley.
driving to
Like,
the cannon
it is-
into the valley.
it is fucking
Yeah.
insane. I am looking,
Yeah.
and you could tell they are so intentionally not showing you a lot of these people moving with their new faces stitched on, because as soon as they start talking with the ghost face in front of them, the ghost face killer in front of them, it falls apart because it's a projected face onto a different skeleton, and it has to guess where the skeleton's gonna go
Yeah.
every frame, and so
Because
they're like, it's gross.
I didn't
It's
see
not
that,
even
man. When they
doing-
showed some of them in movement during Starfield, they look perfectly fine to me.
Well, they're micro
disagree.
movements. Like I want to see someone bend over. I want to see someone
Whoa,
actually
whoa.
walk.
Whoa.
Well,
There's on any time that something starts going fast, there's a clip of it where, like, right when they do it in FIFA, he like kicks the ball and the ball
Yeah.
just disappears because the AI doesn't know
Yeah.
what to do with it.
it's like, get that
And like
out
that's
of
the
here.
problem with them only using simple motion vectors, and like they're not using any advanced eigenvectors or like any really advanced
Bro, don't talk about
linear
eigenvectors.
algebra.
You're gonna
I
throw my
know
ass
you.
back-
I have a
you're gonna
math
throw
degree.
my ass back to
Listen,
school.
listen.
That shit was. I don't even want to hear those words
They're
again.
not-
I was told if I in the real world I wouldn't have to fucking hear that word again, and here I am. and they said that shit in Avengers too, and I was pissed then too.
But like, there's a lot of like advanced techniques that like they're not doing here. Also, it's very, very interesting that not a single one of these shots did they use a game that already has path tracing enabled. Every game that they are showing, even if it's capable of like the NVIDIA's path tracing, they are using like the most basic initial lighting as possible. Likely because once the game already has decent lighting, it really doesn't know what the fuck to do.
I think I think it's just a matter of it being early. I feel like a lot of what we're saying here is just a matter of this having to be ironed out. And again, that goes to every tech creation we've had. And again, I feel like a lot of people are sometimes like, it's the devil, right? And I look at so much of the creations we've had where people poo-pooed ray tracing before. People poo-pooed.
There are times to poo-poo ray tracing, and there are still times to.
Well, I'm just saying, they dismiss these things outright, right? Like it's like.
I thought the only reason I thought people didn't like ray tracing was because it made games run like shit. Which
that was one of the complaints. Yeah, that was one of the complaints.
By the way,
To be fair, that was one of the complaints. To your point, that it hurt.
So,
one of the problems with ray tracing that isn't just like performance issues is how. It's not always best to actually light the world in a photorealistic, accurate way, especially in stylized games.
Mm-hmm.
It can be almost detracting because, like, you almost want to have the really sharp changes in shadows under trees and things like that.
Yeah.
You don't want the what we would call natural bounce lighting. Because it really doesn't fit the art style again.
The aesthetic
and
of the world.
There are some people who are against this not because it's Gen I art, but because it is making games not look like games anymore. That's a big complaint that I saw in my thread that 40,000 things that blew up is like people are like, one thing I'm realizing is that as games get more realistic, it loses the gamey feel, and I actually kind of don't like it anymore.
I think that's that doesn't sound like a complaint wrapped in reality to me, though. Because
I'm big into that. Because I fall out of the photorealistic games because I see like every game that like tries to go for pure photorealism, it's really easy to see all of its like nicks and flaws in it.
What about Death Stranding 2, for instance?
Death Stranding 2 is the best example of photorealism, which is hilarious because it looks significantly better than anything the video showed here.
I don't know about significantly. I still think I would compare this image here of Grace comparable to that. But
absolutely not.
I would absolutely
put Norman Reedus
right
and his
there.
funky fetus next to her, and the actual detail.
Why are you talking about that baby like that?
Away.
Why are you talking about that baby like that, huh?
Why are you so funky?
Why are you funky,
Norman
baby?
Reedus and his funky fetus.
Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. That's got to be a band name or something.
No, I like good graphics. And that's the actual problem.
But
because
this is
I don't
the thing,
think
though.
that this is good.
But not every game is going to be able to pull that off either. I think this also opens the door for smaller developers too to do this if there's any more left around after so many people being laid off. Anyway, the thing is, I think this opens the door for a lot of different things. And I agree, stylistic art styles in games don't need this. Hogwarts wouldn't need this, right? I think games that look great already, Assassin's Creed Shadows doesn't need this. I think Starfield needs it for sure.
It's also
and
ironic.
I've seen it on NPCs, by the way. Starfield has some weird looking NPCs. And with the filter on these NPCs, they look dramatically better. Like I won't even hear anybody trying to say no, it looks bad. Did you
see the ones on that they showed for the Oblivion shit that like came out after?
It looks so much worse.
Some of those
doesn't know what to do with their faces. It doesn't know what to do with the elves'
sideways
faces.
like a reptile, and he's not Argonian.
It doesn't know what to do with their faces because they don't have regular proportions. Because that's
that's
part of Oblivion style is that like like even way back in the day, like they didn't have regular looking faces, and it was a stylistic choice. I mean, it wasn't a great stylistic choice, but it was a purposely made stylistic choice that they went back on.
It's just
Skyrim.
more work they have to do with this. That's why I'm not poo-pooing it away because I feel like all the things we're speaking of here is just stuff they have to eventually iron out. By the way, let me do this before we go further.
I don't know how you train a model on faces that aren't human.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Let me read this really quick. Spartan 6616. Spartan, what's up, brother? He said he sent 5 Infinite Umbra gift memberships.
Way to go.
Thank you for that. He dropped 5 memberships for a few folks. So if anyone is here that has one from him, please thank him. Thank you very much, Spartan, for that. He says, I'm everywhere. Yes, you are.
I'm everywhere.
Because this also feels like it's solving a problem that doesn't actually exist.
I can agree. I can get that view. Yeah, that's fair.
Because again, Death Stranding looks the way that it does naturally.
That's the
because of
shout
the
out to the
technology
Decima.
they put into it.
Yeah.
Unreal's metahumans. You want to talk up
Looks
Unreal
phenomenal.
5?
Yeah.
Unreal's metahumans, again, are far superior to anything it's doing to these models. And like, when you have that, and this is so limited to like such a limited scope of technology, and it will be for the next like 8 years, because people are still on 10 series cards that don't even have RTX features.
I don't know how people are still on 10 series at this point.
People are still on 20 series. I'm on a 3080 Ti.
Well, at least you have a good one. That's a good card, at least.
I think the last thing I saw where they did their like, what do you call it, poll, I guess, of like everyone on Steam, I think the majority of people were on like 20 and 30 series cards.
The most common card in general is the 4060 from pre-built computers.
I guess that makes
Funny enough, that's the one I'm using for my podcast, for the podcasting PC.
That being said, the most like you're right. Overall, when you merge all of the series together, the most common is the 30 series and the 20 series over the 40 series. It's just that the single most common card is the 4060.
Well, sorry, you finish your thing.
It's just because NVIDIA, like FSR, AMD stuff works on NVIDIA stuff. It's never like FSR is not proprietary. You can use FSR. There's no reason to use FSR when you're on a NVIDIA card, except maybe now with 4.1, there might be more of a reason to, because FSR 4.1 is excellent.
Yeah, I think DLSS still trumps everything for now, but FSR
like that
is
only
at least gaining.
works. Yeah, it only works on the NVIDIA cards, whereas the FSR works on the consoles, right?
Right.
And like that's a big deal. And so like, this feels like NVIDIA Hairworks to me almost. Does anyone remember NVIDIA Hairworks?
I do not.
It was their hair rendering system. The Witcher uses it on PC, and it's super intensive. It was super intensive on the cards when it came out back in the day on the 10 series.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be this revolutionary thing, and it was revolutionary in terms of getting hair implemented, but it never took off because it only ever worked on NVIDIA cards. And like, there's been so many, like the only real one that has ever taken off for NVIDIA of their like integrated features are DLSS and DLAA, which was a DLSS. They like started in DLSS and they spun it off and made it its own thing. Because of how freaking easy it is to integrate for what it does. It is so stupid easy to integrate DLSS and DLAA into a game. Like Unreal, it's like it will take developers like one engineer like 2 days to get it working on a production game. It's so easy. This is to get this tuned right, and the fact that you can't tune this per scene, like whatever adjustments you make have to work across the whole fucking game, no matter if you're in dark areas, light areas, inside buildings, outside in the environment. Like the way you tune it has to work across the whole game, and
I feel like that'll be ironed out though. That's what I'm saying. Like things like that.
I don't know.
Those
man.
are just limitations
it feels
for
like
now.
a lot of hand waving of just being like, "Hey,
it'll
these
be worked
problems
out.
they'll be fine eventually."
How
Like,
big is
I didn't tell NVIDIA to show it off how it is now. You know what I mean?
Sure,
big
but
are
it's
the
to
files that
hype
devs are
up.
gonna have to ship? The config files that devs are going to have to ship for this. How much work are devs going to have to put in on a scene? Like even if it does work on a scene by scene basis, then how much work are they going to have to do to implement just this feature?
Apparently,
for just
it's
the
easier.
subsidy users?
Apparently, it's easier according to what NVIDIA is saying. That it's less groundwork for these artists, where the artist has more time to work on other things versus saying, okay, I got to get this pixel right here. Right?
That's saying if they choose. Well, again, that's saying if they choose to implement this.
Yeah.
But that's only true for NVIDIA stuff. The developer's going to have to do all that shit for all the platforms that don't have this.
Well, maybe.
And like,
I think they'll have. I guess they'll have different different versions for obviously for like you say for the consoles versus the.
No, NVIDIA has never shipped one of their proprietary features.
No, I'm talking
outside of their
about.
ecosystem.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that obviously maybe it will be different looks compared to like on the consoles versus the PC with NVIDIA cards. Maybe sure.
They're not.
But
so like,
but
I
my
mean, they might
my
turn it
problem
on
is
like
with that we get that nowadays. It's no different than what we get now. It's stuff that still exists now. So
Sure,
I don't get bothered by that. And I'll add
This
this.
is yet another thing that developers have to spend time extending
Possibly
the development
but
time of the game.
I don't know how
How is
much
it
more time
possible?
this will take versus what it'll cut away. And I'll say this.
It won't cut away because they have to do
Well,
everything else as a baseline.
I don't know that.
They have to do everything for the AMD cards.
I think that I think it's too much. I think it's too much of this is what it's going to be, and we don't know that. That's my thing. Like we don't know what this is going to be. We don't know how they're going to nail this
But
down.
we do know that part.
We don't. We don't know how they. We don't know what they're going to cut out. We don't know how much time it takes away from development.
If the work needs done elsewhere,
We don't know. That's my point.
What do you mean we don't know?
Because DLSS 5 won't work on most
It won't
things.
work anywhere else, so they have to do the regular work everywhere else.
So this is my thing. Again,
It can't shorten the development time; it can only increase it.
I don't know that. Again, I'm
How do
going
you
to
not
wait.
know that?
I'm going to wait until I see more before I say no. But
Umbra,
beyond
it's
that, I want to add
straight
this
logic.
point.
It's not. This is a binary
I
sequence.
hear you.
This is a
but
no.
I hear
It
you.
is
I'm still going to
be
wait. But my
easier.
point of this is this too. We talk about faces here, and I still stand by. Her face looks excellent on DLSS 5. I'll add this though. They don't even have to do it with the faces. They can say, let's do this only on materials and other elements around that.
That is a big thing.
You kind of. I think you might be too
That is a
close to the
big
mic,
deal.
Crusader. You kind of breaking up a little
Oh,
bit.
am I?
Yeah, you did break
Is
up
that
a little
better?
Yeah.
That would be better, but I don't know. Even when they were when they were showing the shots of the towns in Oblivion,
Yeah.
like they looked worse with DLSS 5 on. Like, it just
Oblivion, I
deleted-
agree.
The colors.
It just,
That-
The
like,
colors were
deleted the
so
sun.
bad.
They
That's
were
the
like,
one
where
I
did the
agree with
shadows
the
go?
most. Is that
You know what I
on
mean?
Oblivion it was unnecessary and it looked worse. That's the only one I
Because-
agree. I think everything
I was
else.
like, what's up with
Well,
that?
the
Why would you
kid
do
in
this?
Hogwarts rather
Oh,
looked
sure, yeah,
weird
for
too.
sure.
But
He looked-
everything else,
What a-
aside from the
he's trying.
Hogwarts faces, because it's stylized, so they didn't really need it. And Oblivion, to your point, I think looked great.
It's just like
Dead serious.
I don't know.
And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm just going to be contrary. I think Grace looks ridiculously great here. And if we're talking about, well, not every game needs realism, well, this game does because it's using photorealistic type of visuals for Leon and her and
well,
everyone else in the game.
I don't know about all that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're
I
very
mean,
photorealistic.
we're
Look at
looking a lot
Leon in
of
the game.
We're looking
No,
at a lot of the
photo
creatures
sh-
in that
they're
game, and I don't
photo
know if
shoot
anything about that
realistic.
is photo-
Yeah,
They're not
photo
photorealistic.
shoot. Yeah, sure. I mean,
They-
Leon is
they
a
are
handsome
not-
guy, so but you know what I
The-
mean.
It's just like
It
like
doesn't
fully
look
turns them into
natural.
different people, and I think that's gross.
Say it again, Danny. I didn't hear you.
It just like this and the picture of Leon, like it just fully turns them into different people with different personalities.
Well, Leon
and
looked the
I'm-
same
and I-
way though.
He
Did-
did
He
not.
does not.
Let me
He-
pull up.
he
Let me
went-
pull up a shot of
absolutely does
Leon.
not.
Looked. He
No,
absolutely
Leon's
looked the
supposed to
same.
be like 50
He
years
goes-
old and look
He is
tired.
about 50,
and
right?
then they turned him into a fucking GQ model.
He
He
goes
already
from
looks like a
looking
GQ model. What are you
But he
saying?
looks like a 50-year-old GQ model. They made him look 30.
He goes from
Now
looking like
here it is. Here, let me
brooding.
pull this up.
He
Hold
looks
on.
from going like he's brooding. Like it goes from Leon the Sex Kennedy, I'm brooding in the dark,
What'd you call
to
him?
Leon the Sex Kennedy,
That's his name.
I'm
That's his government
Instagram's
name.
new top model.
What, did you call him? What you call him again?
Leon
Leon
Sex
the Sex
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
That's his
It's-
name.
this
That's
is
what
an
that
online
stands
joke.
for.
I did not make this up.
That's real.
Um,
That's canon. That's in the book.
Yeah, because his middle name starts with an S. I don't actually know what it is, but like
Oh,
people
oh,
joke
oh.
that he is Leon
Yeah,
the Sex
I did
Kennedy.
see that. Yeah.
The Sex Kennedy.
I see,
Because
'cause
he
he's
always
really
does like
hot.
the ridiculous
love
like
him.
backflips and shit to like kick the
He
shit out of
does do
stuff.
that.
Leon is baby
And
girl, and we all.
it's been
we
a
all
joke
love
for a
that
very long
about
time
him.
that even before I knew Resident Evil.
Grace does not look the same, Shy Gamer. I'm sorry, you're crazy.
Yeah.
No,
But
she looks
that's
better
like-
in my opinion. But
That's a
He goes-
different human being.
He goes from looking dark and brooding, almost like the lighting on his face is purposeful, because it is purposeful, because it's all like it's not ray traced. The show that they're showing is not path traced. It's all very purposeful lighting, and it goes from that to having his full face lit up, like he has an Elgato key light next to him. Like
yeah,
he is
you're
trying
talking
to
about
be
lighting.
the
We're
next
talking about the
Instagram
face looking
model.
good. The face looks great. Hold on. Here's how it looks here. This is DLSS off right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Look how old he
Still looks
Look at the-
dramatically
look-
like a model. Now this with this.
He's
Now look
he's
at
a
that.
hot 50-year-old.
He looks
but he's
excellent.
Still old.
What are you
Look
saying?
at this man.
He looks.
Destroys the scene.
It
though.
does not
Like,
destroy anything. He looks great.
gave him-
Stop
The
it.
scene.
No,
Look at
it
his-
does not. He looks
It really
excellent.
does. Look at that.
That
Come
does
on.
not destroy anything. He
That's
looks
a different
great.
man.
Looks like
He
he's
looks-
got pictured
Time out.
in
Time out. Time out. Chat. Are you all gonna sit here and go with this? He says he looks
Like-
the same person. He just
Yeah,
looks
that's
he looks better lit. Look at
different
this.
Man.
That's him
He
without.
He is not better lit. He is lit.
He's better. He's lit. Yeah, he's
It is
lit.
not
He's lit.
better.
Yeah, he's lit.
Like,
but
you can
hold
see
on.
more detail on his
Look
face.
at that. What
But
are you
should
saying?
you in the scene? Like, this is like saying, "Oh,
But you're still talking
I'm gonna
about
go
lighting.
into the-
Look at that.
I'm gonna go into that goddamn.
Hold on, check that
Darth
out right
Vader
there. Look at
hallway
this
scene,
visual.
and I'm just gonna shine a spotlight on him. Oh
Regardless,
my god!
regardless
Darth
of
Vader stood
that,
up,
look
he
at the
looks
visual
better.
here. You're gonna tell me that's not the same face? This is the exact same face,
added
just
a
with
ton-
better
it added
lighting.
a ton more beard. It fucking like
It didn't
what's
add a
called?
ton more.
It
That fuzz
sculpts
is
his-
right there already.
It sculpts his jawline in.
No, it doesn't. It's the same
It
jawline.
plumps up
Look.
his lips. It changes the shape of his eyes. It raises his
Like-
eyebrows. It
It does
his
not change the
eyebrows.
shape of his eyes. That
Look at
geometry
his
is
eyes.
still there.
Go back and
He
forth on
looks
that.
It's the
like-
lighting
it looks like
around
he's-
it. It didn't change the
he
shape.
looks
It's
like
the
he's
lighting.
praying-
No. His
He
eyes-
looks like
One-
he's going.
Time out. That's
Victor, nothing to do with
100%. That's 100% the lighting above his eyes. Watch this.
No.
Watch.
No.
See, it's darker. You can't
I'm
see
watching.
it.
I've seen
Now
it.
watch this after the fact. It's the light. That's it.
And it's a different eyeball.
Not at all.
There it is.
That is
different
not a
eyeball.
different eyeball. That is
Why
the
does
exact same light. It's the
His
eyeball.
eye is
lighting-
bigger
It's
than
just
ever.
lighting is better. That's it.
The
Look at
lighting
that.
takes him from looking tough and imposing to look like he's praying to a cross on the wall.
Leon looks
He
like
does kinda-
Leon
He-
looks
he's
like a pretty
looking
boy.
tough.
He looks like a
He
pretty
looks
boy
like he's
throughout the
praying to
entire
Jesus.
game. Are we going to pretend that he's not some model in this game?
He does look. I'm not
Leon
saying
is a
he's not
handsome
hot.
dude. Let's
I'm
stop
not
pretending
saying
like,
he's not
oh,
hot.
he's
You
a
will
brooding
never-
monster. No,
Wait,
Leon is a handsome
You will
dude. Let's
never,
stop
Two
it.
different
ever
descriptions here.
find a clip of me not saying that Leon looks hot. Leon's a very hot guy. That's
Okay.
not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
In a
saying.
vacuum.
That's
Here, Umbra,
not what
Umbra.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. In a vacuum, this adds more detail to his face, and is a far more detailed shot.
And he looks great.
What it does to the tone of the scene.
It doesn't harm the scene
It's
at
not
all. Disagree.
He goes from looking like he's brooding
He
to
still looks
looking
brooding.
like he's on a fucking prayer card.
A prayer card? No, he doesn't like no
do
prayer
not.
card.
Yeah,
Stop
he
it.
does.
No, he doesn't. He
He
looks.
goes
He
from
still.
looking like a tough.
He still looks
irritated
tough.
dude.
They
Like he's
basically gave him,
brooding.
like,
He
a
does
glow.
not.
He looks like a
Come on,
pretty
man.
boy brooding right here. The exact same way. He just looks less shadowy.
He does not.
Yes, he does, man. I played the game 3 times fully, 50 hours in. He looks the same. He looks better lit right here. That's it.
No,
It's-
He does not.
You all are very dramatic here.
Come on
And then,
now.
and of course, and by the way,
Umbra,
by the way,
go
hold
to
on,
the
time out.
Twitter
You say it
accounts
ruins this. Your
days ago.
hold on. Your claim
Days
was
ago.
your claim was that this ruins the scene. I've played
Yes, it
this.
does.
It doesn't. Have you played this scene?
I have
I'll be
not.
honest.
I
don't remember
played
what
this
scene
scene. This is the part where he's coming to. He's just checking up on the other bodies that showed up toward the beginning of the game.
What? Oh, it's like in Redwood, like right at
Yeah.
the beginning.
This
Okay.
right here does not ruin that mood whatsoever.
I mean, he don't look like he's upset about it.
He looks
I'll
upset.
tell you
He
that.
still has a furrowed brow. You see it right there.
Like,
Look at it.
There's a reason why shadows are used in games. There's a reason why things
And
are
that's
done the way
there's
they
a reason
are.
why light is
Just-
used too. This does better lighting to showcase his face. That's not a bad thing. You
But
are only
does it
saying
need
that
to be
because
done here?
yeah, but
Like,
it does not need to. You could say it doesn't. You could say it doesn't. What the question isn't? It doesn't
that's
need
the big
it
problem
right
is
here.
are these changes
I'm just telling you, that's a
necessary?
different
Are
guy.
they good?
I
Like,
think
are
this
they
is good
actually
here,
doing
yes.
good thing
That's
to the
all.
games, or are they just like eye candy? Ooh, this looks so good.
What's
'Cause,
wrong
like,
with eye candy in games?
I would argue that visuals are the least important thing about games.
You could argue that.
Truly.
That's not the argument
I'm
though.
going to argue that visuals are the least important thing about games, but when you get them wrong, it can ruin.
Very hero lighting, Sotness, for
Wait,
sure.
hold on. Can
Just
you
hero
go back
lighting
to
for
the-
sure.
Can you go back to the DLSS 5 off?
Let me go
Leon,
back
real
to
quick?
it.
Yeah.
And hold on.
Okay. So that's Zac Efron. Okay. And then go to it. And then go to it
Don't
with
say what you.
DLSS
What I
5
think you're
on.
going to say.
No,
I
no,
know what
no,
you're
no,
about
no,
to say.
no,
Hold
no, no.
on.
Then go to it with DLSS 5 on. Hold on, real fast. And that's Dylan Efron from Traders. Those are different guys. They're related, but they're different guys.
You know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to say
You
that
thought I
Zach.
was gonna say after he broke his
Yeah,
jaw.
I thought
know
it,
what you
you
thought
did
I was
exactly
gonna
what I
say.
thought you were going to say. I'm like,
Here's
don't you
another
do
one,
it.
because like people are always like, oh, the Xbox 360 Silent Hills are so bad because they've changed all of the lighting and they removed a bunch of the fog. Like,
What's that for? Which game?
the Silent Hill games
Oh.
that were on the Xbox 360 that were they were re-released that everyone considers so bad because they changed the volumetrics and they changed the lighting. Like, people don't understand how important these things are until they are drastically changed on games that they love, and then they replay them, and they're like, something feels off here.
But that's just the thing.
Because you're only seeing snippets here.
I hear you, but I'll cut you off to say this. This is optional. You don't have to have DLSS 5 on. So my question is, at what point, hold on, at what point does your desire for what you like trump everyone else? Because if you say, I don't want this and I want to turn it off, fine, you do that. Why do I have to do it too?
So can I have, because right now, we don't know if this is separable from the regular DLSS.
It is. They say you can turn it off. You already said that it's separable.
You can turn DLSS 5 off.
Well, you already pointed out earlier that this was not connected to ray tracing and all those other things. That's what you said.
Correct.
So this is you can turn this off by your own admission.
We don't know if you can turn this off versus the upscaling part of it.
Well, they said you could. In the blurb, it says you could turn this off. It doesn't have to.
It says you can turn off DLSS 5.
Yeah, that's my point.
He's saying. Yeah, but he's saying DLSS 5 is not just the weird AI bullshit that I'm upset about. It's also got the upscaling and like a bunch of other shit built in
we
there.
don't know how separable.
Well, we got upscaling now. Like what we hold on. Are we now saying we need to go back to like lower frames now? We got higher frames now for the other frame parts that come in.
You only ever get one DLSS DLL in the game. The actual executable not executable, the actual driver file that allows DLSS to work, right? So we don't know right now if with DLSS 5, if I turn DLSS 5 off, if I will lose access to the frame generation portions as well.
Well, I don't believe that they will have it, especially with the reaction people are having. I doubt that people are going to be like, all of a sudden, if you turn it off, you're going to lose the frame generation too. I just don't. We got so many options right now. Why would they be like, oh, you have to have this to do that? I just don't believe that's going to be the case.
Because they want to say so many people are using their AI stuff.
Yeah, but you have to listen. You have to listen to what you're saying here. No, time out. You have to make up a dramatically draconian claim to say they're going to do this because of this. You have no idea of that.
Well, okay.
And you're saying
the same shit you were saying about Asha doing the Microsoft.
But I have reason for that, and I said, hey, I could be wrong.
Reason for it here.
My point of it is there is nothing going to what your point is. Nothing. They have all these options right now where we can separate these things and do it separate. Right. But here they're going to be like, nope, we're going to force this on you. Well, you have no way of knowing that to make that claim.
Yeah, I'm going to believe that. I'm going to believe the AI company's going to push their AI stuff.
Wait, hold on.
On their users.
Let me jump in. Wait, hold on.
Go ahead,
I'm going to believe that.
Go ahead, Danny.
I'm doing Chris Pratt with the Velociraptors right now. You can't see. I get what you're both saying. I do sort of from Umbra, from your point of view, I understand where it's like it would make a lot more sense because they do so many options to do a thing where you can just turn off part of it. I get that, but Crusader did say something that I think does make a lot of sense, especially right now with so many investors pulling out of AI. Is I do think that if there's any way that they can goose those numbers up a little bit to try and make their investors think that more people are able to use it, because remember, it's already only working on 5090s and probably not super well when it launches. If it's launching in fall, they're going to want to get that number as high as possible so that their investors are like, oh, this thing that we put X billion dollars into wasn't a complete waste of our money.
Right.
So I could see them doing a thing, at least at launch. Maybe they walk it back later.
My point exactly.
Where they're like, okay, yeah, if you've got the 5090, like, it's just going to be on. Like, you can turn it off, but not individual aspects of it. Like, I could see that. Because this whole presentation, to me, just reeks of, like, the investors are calling. The investors need proof of something.
Yeah, and I don't blame any skepticism. What I would say, though, is definitive saying. You're saying this is they're going to do this. You're talking too definitively. That's the problem I have. We don't have any idea that they're going to do that or not.
Until they say otherwise, I'm not giving
I get it. You have the right to your skepticism. You have absolute the right to your same way with me with Grace. I almost said Grace. Too many people writing Grace in the chat. Same way with me with Asha. I have the right to my skepticism, even if it may not fully be warranted. I'm not faulting that, but I'm not like, yeah, Asha's going to do this. I don't know that. I'm saying I don't believe this. I don't know if I believe her. That's my thing.
All right, so, then I'm going to say this. I don't believe NVIDIA is going to do the pro-consumer thing here.
Yeah, well, I don't put it past any multi-billion company to try to get over. And so there I agree. But I'm saying that I'm not declaratively like, oh, they're going to do this bad thing. Oh, they're also going to do this bad thing. And also, you won't be able to do this. And I don't see why they would suddenly be super limiting when everything else they have currently is not like that.
Mind you, DLSS and FSR and we'll include XeSS, the Intel one that no one uses, because it only works on Intel GPUs and no one has one.
Wait, you said GPU. Never mind. I was going to say I got the CPU.
Intel GPUs. Yeah. And most people are moving away from their CPUs. That company is collapsing.
Yeah.
But all the upscaling techniques right now, right? When they all first came out, everyone was like, they're optional. They're a great way to get extra performance. But now they're almost mandatory. In fact, companies are putting them in their recommended to turn this on the GPUs, FSR, or recommended use an upscaler. Because the companies have become so dependent on them existing, and they haven't been optimizing the games in the way they should. So, like, DLSS doesn't have to be turned on right now. Like, you do not need it to play a game. But if you want to have decent performance at a decent resolution, you are probably turning on some form of it right now. Almost by force, because of the way games are being designed right now. And a large fear is that if shit like this starts to catch on, yeah, I can turn it off, technically. But it's going to, because of how the game's designed at a base level, it is going to degrade it so far if I'm not using it.
You're saying you can turn it off, but will you want to, is what you're saying.
Correct, because, like, what will the result be otherwise?
Right.
Like, for old games, yeah, like, the way it's designed is going to exist. But, like, if all of these games are getting this very samey photorealistic, or I'm calling it photo shoot realistic, because again, there's way too much light in the scenes, in like, especially in the open world ones. But will it actually be optional, like, at the end of the day? Or is it something that, like, oh yeah, it's an option that you can turn off and on right now, but if too many developers start using these types of functionalities, like, am I gonna be stuck with looks that that truly are kind of unpleasant? That's a big fear a lot of people have. And, like, the people who are really against Gen AI ethically for it functionally replacing art roles and things like that, that's a huge concern if games become dependent on this. Huge concern. Because this is borderline. I was going to say,
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was going to say, to that point, and I can understand that, but what I would say then is that's where we, as the consumer, have to vote with our wallet. If the company is doing something where it's so detrimental and people are like, I don't like this, it's not ethical how you're handling this, you have destroyed the vision or the artistic styling of this franchise, et cetera, then okay, we can say, well, we're not going to support you here. And they will correct that as the money stops. But the idea that, oh, this is the devil, in which I've been seeing, by the way, I want to highlight that, because before we go, one of the bigger issues that popped up over the week was, let me pull it up here.
While you're pulling that up,
yeah, sorry.
All good.
Here it is. I got it.
Yeah, you got it. All right.
Yeah. One of the bigger issues was our guy, what's his name? John Linneman? Right?
He was getting the death threats, yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't even involved in the first video, and he refused to be in the second video because he needed to cool off. Yeah. That's Richard. That's Rich on the screen.
That's Rich, okay.
That's Rich.
So, one of the issues that came about were, and I guess I can let him say it for himself. Why not? I mean, it's not like this should be a problem, right? Let me play it and let him and say what he says.
I'm going to kick off first of all by holding my hand up and saying that, yeah, we understand a lot of the feedback to the video, and I don't think we did a good enough job on the day. We had a lot to say, not a lot of time to say it.
Where am I hearing
we went
that
straight
through?
from seeing the demos into making the video, and yeah. Beyond that, hindsight is a wonderful thing, right? But we should have taken more time with the material, and I think it would have been prudent to wait to see the reaction from the audience and the developers to the keynote. And yeah, audience and developers both super important to what we do. Opinions clearly divided on this one, but looking over social media, it's been interesting to see varying opinions from both sides of the argument, audience and developers alike. Even so, lessons learned. I'm going to kick off first of all by holding my hand up and saying that, yeah, we understand.
Okay. So
We've looped.
was that you guys heard it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I don't know if the audience did. It was
Yeah,
coming
I
through
think
your microphone in Discord for some
Yeah,
reason.
I don't think it was
Yeah.
playing the audio through the thing.
Yeah, I got to correct that. Sorry if it sounded crazy on you guys' end. So
We could hear it. It just didn't sound great.
yeah, I got to fix that. So the whole thing here with Richard here, people making death threats to these guys, and this is where I feel like this is beyond just, oh, I don't like the way that looks. It's much more than that, and some people
Also,
have
like,
taken
that's
it
not the-
really far.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even the guy. He's not the guy who made the fucking thing. I don't even
Right.
know. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
Like,
you're sending the threats to the
I
wrong
also-
person, aren't you? If that's the
I don't like any part of truthfully, I don't like any part of what he said. I don't like that he's getting death threats and he's not even the dude who did it. I don't like him being like, we should have waited to see how other people felt about it, so
Agreed.
we could say what we
I
could agree with them. That's
I
fucking
do
stupid.
disagree with that.
we're in agreement, all of us, then, because that
like,
was a
both
silly
of
thing
those
to say.
aspects are I don't know if he meant it that way. That's what it sounded like.
I disagree. I truly think that he was saying that, because like if I'm gonna come and I'm gonna have a super controversial take like Umbra, right? I'm gonna want to know how the rest of the audience and the rest of my panel members are going to react. Like I was very happy that I
sure.
knew how everyone else's take was gonna be here, because that better helps me prepare to defend my opinion. Like
fair, that's
people
fair.
are coming in and saying that, oh, he's gonna, like, he wanted to know how people reacted because he would have changed what he was saying. And that's Rich did not say that.
No, but
Rich
that is-
just said that he would have wanted to wait to hear the opinion. And they are not subjective, critical reviewers of media. They are reviewers of technology to inform an audience based on what audiences like, and they are supposed to insert their own opinions as warranted and as valued. And in this case, that's very valuable to know, even if they aren't changing their opinion, because they can say, hey, I know that you guys aren't liking it, but this is why I like it. And I can see why you are upset about it here, but this looks cool. And if you watch the entire QA video, that is what they did in that video, right? The only things that kind of shifted was their opinion specifically on Grace's model, where they all kind of said it looked not great. That the way that the image was being shifted was not great. And what I really felt bad for, though, is I felt really bad for John Linneman and Alexander Battaglia. I think that's how you say his last name. I actually don't know how you say his last name. Because they did not know what, like, Rich and Oliver were going to say in the video. Oliver at Digital Foundry is very pro-AI. I actually don't know what Rich's opinions on it are, because Rich just kind of acts like a host most of the time. He gives his opinion, but he is more of a, like, you can never quite read him. And Alex is like anti-Gen AI for the most part, but likes cool technology, and that was what reflected in there. And John hates AI. So for Digital Foundry to release a video, like the worst judgment call they made of the week was releasing that video without consulting their fellow colleagues at the company and allowing them to have input in the video that would have been contrary to theirs. And that was especially bad because most of the video was Rich and Oliver completely praising everything when they had colleagues that had counter opinions that could have offered those counter opinions. That is the worst part of everything to their credibility for me, because they're not using their own employees in a way that would have been valuable to the conversation. Instead, they became not once, but twice in the week, the focal point of controversies for their videos. When
That's rough.
if
Let's
they
be honest,
had
that's not the.
Do you
if
think
they
that was by
had everyone
design,
in their company-
perhaps?
if they had everyone at their company actually give their opinion on this thing and not put like even holding their video just so the other people could input it without even looking at the outside world, the reaction from them would have been so much better. Because you would have had everything from "this is the greatest thing since sliced bread" to "this is the devil" in the same video. And it would have been
I think a more
great
robust
video.
conversation would have been more welcoming. I can kind of see your point too, where he's saying we would have liked to have heard, we should have waited to hear how more people thought about it to give a more robust thought. However, the way it comes off is much like Danny said to me.
He didn't say it
off
well.
well.
If that's what he meant, he said it bad.
It does not come off well.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. It's a mess. I don't blame Digital Foundry for any of it. I think, they're just here to look at the thing and then say whatever.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Frankly, don't give a shit what Digital Foundry has to say about anything anyway. Because I'm already coming at this thing. I'm not the tech guy. I'm already coming at this DLSS 5 thing being like, oh, it's going to do this with the light. It's going to give us 5 extra frames, and it's going to super sample my dibbly-doo. I don't fucking know any of that.
You're raw what it looks like.
I look at the picture, and I go, does it look better? And it's like, kind of, but not when it moves. When it moves, it makes me feel motion sickness.
You making me think about the damn PlayStation fanboys who were like, suddenly this game giving me motion sickness, but not the other games I played, thousands of other first-person shooters.
These people the Grace one sends me the worst because it truly is like, it's fully it's a sex bot. Like, it's an AI sex bot. It is
straight up
the exact same
YouTube.
art style of
Yeah.
the thing you scroll past on Twitter.
No,
it's the exact same one.
I don't even
ironically
agree.
And
I
she's
completely
like,
agree.
she's like, ooh, you should place a parlay on the March Madness or whatever. But then she's also like, if you make your money back, I'll take my underwear off, because that's what Twitter is now. Twitter's fucking hell now.
Twitter is hell. I agree with you there.
Like, it's the exact same art style, and that's why I think every single picture I've seen of Grace with it on that looks good is any of the ones that zoomed like all the way in where you can't see the like weird blurry like halo that's around her, because she just got like pulled out of a porn ad and stuck in the middle of a different video game. And she got composited in there like she got projected onto the skeleton of a different woman.
I also find it really interesting that CD Projekt Red wasn't involved in this at all. Like, they do every last one of these NVIDIA things, and they were absent.
Well, that's just now. I think give it enough time, and it'll come around to that.
I'm wondering because I'm sure there are going to be some studios that are going to say no to this on principle.
Yeah,
because of the AI element.
I genuinely don't think it's worth the effort because of how limited its like ability to even be used is. Like, even if it looked good, which I don't think it does, I don't know that if it adds like a day of development time, I don't know that it's worth it.
I also think that there was a big I think they treated this the same way that they've treated every other DLSS launch, and they just had it was a couple NVIDIA engineers worked with a couple integration engineers at the companies, and they just didn't think to involve anyone in art, like the creative, like the art direct, like from like an art director to other people, because I think a lot of these problems wouldn't have existed if more time, care, and effort went into actually.
I would agree with you there. I think that is the case. I think the case is that they didn't involve too many people from the art side. Maybe one. I don't know. We can't say for sure, but
we can't say for sure.
I would imagine it was a very small team of people they grabbed for it for sure.
Right, and I think that is a really big problem with something that's doing this much.
Yeah.
Because when you're implementing, like, before this, every other version of DLSS, when you're implementing that, like, you don't need to involve the art team. Why? It's not actually doing anything. All it's doing is making it go from one resolution to another resolution. And maybe you want to have an artist spot check to see if, like, you're getting weird artifacts. Especially with early DLSS, you got some weird artifacts, but, like, those were like incidental gross things that they didn't want in the first place, and like have mostly been iterated out of DLSS, right? But like you don't need an artist for that. And so like I'm wondering if again this feels rushed. So like I'm wondering if again NVIDIA was rushing this to get it ahead of some kind of investors call or something. They wanted it for their conference.
It's possible. But that
Like-
goes more to my point though, in that this is early tech, and that they're going to more of this should be ironed out over time, as things tend to be. So I don't know. I've seen people where
Would
they
it have
demonize
been
all these
shown
other
so
updates we
early?
got. Yeah, it's
Should it
probably
have been
it's
shown so
probably
early?
shown too early to your point, and
Yeah.
you might be right that they were like, "Hey, look at what we got here, investors." I
And-
think you all might be right there. But what I'm saying is like, at the same time, I think too many, not saying you guys, but I think too many people are like, it's evil, down with it all, and it's like, I don't think you need to get rid of the whole. What's the old saying? You need to throw out the
Baby with the bathwater.
Yeah,
Well,
baby with the
think-
bathwater. I don't know if that's
I don't know, I
necessarily
might
the
throw
case.
so
this
many
baby
people
out. I'm
are
not a
just
fan of this
sick
baby.
You
and
did
tired.
you did dismiss
I
that
might
damn
throw this
fetus
baby
before,
out.
so you might do that.
I think so
I'm not a
many
fan of babies
people-
or this, frankly. So it's
I
just
also
a
am not a fan
double
of
win
babies.
for me. 2 babies, 1 stone, frankly.
I think so many people are sick and fucking tired of AI garbage that anytime they hear it, they're gonna get pissed.
Yeah.
It's
And
Roman
that's
Reigns in
just not
2010.
reading the room.
He says
Right.
Roman Reigns in 2010.
It's Roman Reigns in 2010. They're like,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is the best. Don't you want him to win the Royal Rumble 3 times in a fucking row and have the title 100% of the time? We're
Yeah.
like, no, other people fucking work here.
Yeah, like it's
Sadness
just,
says the baby is evil and Rosemary's baby.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, fuck that baby.
it's just like a lot of people are getting mad at this because like, oh, AI bad, but like AI is getting really bad right now everywhere else. So like that's just a press thing that NVIDIA has to deal with.
Well, is AI
And-
getting bad, or is it the usage of AI that is being bad? You mean?
I mean, if
Because there's some
frankly, if one or
AI,
the
like we
other,
know, that's
like,
worthwhile to use.
There's some that are good, but most of the ones that are good existed before the entire
yeah,
like
I mean, when
like
people are using it to,
DLSS
like,
existed
spy
long
on
before
people, we know. I
Um,
mean, I don't know if y'all heard
Ekahau,
the
the one I
news-
use,
the
long
news
before
this week, but we found out that the not to bring current events into it, but in the bombing of Iran that we did,
Yeah.
it turns out that the reason that school got hit is because they used a fucking AI model to plan where the bombs were
Wow.
going to go,
Is
and
that
they
how it
couldn't tell
happened?
the difference. They
Yeah.
couldn't tell. It saw a population center near a military base and was like, "That's got to be soldiers," and blew up
Sheesh.
150 children.
Yeah, and like so like we
Ridiculous.
constantly have like all these companies are trying to push their new AI crap down our throat, like Copilot, like
Yeah.
Claude, like and like Google searches are just worse now. Like every search engine has just gotten worse.
When
Reddit
the AI overview
restricted
is
its
just the wrong
API.
answer.
Like,
Sometimes,
Reddit restricted its
sometimes it does
API,
give
so
you
you
the
can
wrong
use
answer
the-
in those AI overviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just everything is just getting worse. So like, yeah, the company coming out saying, "Look, we're injecting AI into video games," is going to get shit on, no matter how good or bad it is. Like, that's just not reading the room and act like that's where you got to take more care to be like, we're injecting AI into video games and look how good it looks, and they couldn't sell it to everyone because
Bro, just
people
lie and
don't
say
think
machine
it looks
learning.
good.
Come
But-
up with a different name.
Yeah.
And people, maybe people
Well,
would hate
like,
it
you
less.
could-
It still
yeah,
looks
just
like
say
it, but
machine
that's-
learning
Better
instead of AI.
packaging. But I will say this
Um,
though, no, I don't think there's any tech that's ever been shown that's been universally accepted immediately. So I hear you on
Correct.
it, but
The
But-
skew on this
I think-
has been like pretty bad. Like
This is-
Twitter's like pretty
I think
50-50,
but you know what? Because
you
AI
go-
has so
you go
much build
any
up.
Other,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
AI, like AI
but you-
hate is so like installed there already, right? Like this, they wouldn't be able to avoid this even if they put it under a different name. Once people heard generative something, it's over with.
yeah, but at least like
And
at least
there are-
give me the
Yeah.
the proof that you know what the room is. Like
'Cause-
Yeah.
Because
if you,
that's
if you
like,
can't read it, at least let me know you know what building the room's in. For fuck's
because
sake.
like you look at how Satya Nadella handled putting Asha in at Microsoft. They didn't say that she was the head of AI in his letter, where he listed all of her other non-Microsoft job titles. Like,
True.
so,
that is
like these,
true.
they are looking at this and how
You
they
know
talk to
it's
the public.
bad.
Like companies are scared to talk about this stuff, and so like
You-
no shit, Nvidia is gonna get shit on here.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
people
it's-
are sick of it.
It's preloaded with hate. That's what I mean. Like it's a lose-lose, at least
It's-
initially. I think
You know
over
it's bad
time.
when Xbox has better PR than you on it.
Yeah,
You know it's
truly.
bad.
But listen, this has been a good discussion. I wish we could go into it more, but
It's 10:30.
I gotta
It
go,
is
like quite
almost
literally.
midnight.
Yeah, I gotta get running.
So,
I
we
want to thank
gotta
everybody in the
stop
chat for
here.
being here with us, holding us down. We appreciate you guys. Again, thank you, Spartan, for the donations for the memberships. Thank you all for being here, and Assassin, thank you for your chat earlier as well. Hit the like button if you guys could on the way out. Quick, hold on, how much time do I have? Okay. I got 3 minutes, fellas, before my ride
Oh,
pops
I'm
up.
good. Crusader3456 social media. Find me.
There you go.
Subscribe to Ready Set Replay on Spotify, YouTube. We're gonna talk about video games. This is gonna be good.
I didn't think he was going to sound drunk when he did it, but he did.
I've been drunk the whole
I've
time.
been DLS. More like DSL, right? Am I right?
That's
No.
what they gave Grace too.
Yeah. Anyway, well, you know where to find me, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite. You'll find me either way. Of course, Tuesdays on Show with Boom, myself, now Danny back again, and Jamie Moran on Tuesdays at 12 Eastern.
That was just this week. I'm not back like.
Oh, okay, not full time, here and there, sporadically.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here and there
I
you'll
just had
find
this
Danny
week
there.
Off, yeah.
Oh, okay, and of course here back with me, the fellas here on Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern. We will see you guys later. You all have a good one. Later, Gray. Later, guys.
Bye.
Later, deuces.
What's that monkey from Jimmy Neutron? Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
I'm Paul.